Hey guys and gals, just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about Buzzsprout. Start a podcast today with free podcast hosting from Buzzsprout, easy podcasting software for hosting, promoting, and tracking your podcast. Buzzsprout is the best way to publish a podcast online for secure and reliable hosting to full iTunes support. Get started for free, no credit card required, cancel at any time.
Stats for losers.
That's why we took the damn field. Now, if you want to crown them, then crown their ass.
This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game.
Welcome to the Airin podcast. Hey guys, it's Dustin. I want to thank you so much for listening to all the shows up until this point. This is a two-parter sequel interview that I did with a friend of mine, Diane. It was amazing. We had a great time. We enjoyed beverages from Portuguese Bend and South City. It was amazing. We got to chop it up really good. I don't know if I allowed her to talk as much as she wanted to, but we had a good time nonetheless. I hope you enjoyed the episode.
Hard towing the line because
Yes, it is.
I feel like
Ask Jesus.
I am
They crucified him.
I am right in the middle.
Yeah.
I am right in the middle, and there are a lot of things on the far left that I agree with. Not a whole lot of things on the far right that I agree with, but there are definitely some things on the right that I agree with.
Right.
But there can be
Everybody.
some
space.
discussion
Yeah.
about why we're here
It's
and
called
what
compromise, bro.
there's no such thing anymore,
Right.
and that's
Right.
why our country is in fucking trouble because there's
Exactly.
no such thing as
Yeah, listen, when that
compromise
fucking
anymore.
jerk, and I'll call him a jerk, said, the Proud Boys stand down, I'm like, who in the fuck are you talking to?
I love that the hashtag Proud Boys got taken
I
over on
love it
Twitter
so
by all the
much.
gay
Like,
boys.
Bro, I retweeted some of
Shout
this
out to
guy.
all the
He
gay
killed
boys.
It. He
I
killed it. He had
loved
like
it.
19 wigs and like all of this flair. Within his wigs, he had like fucking pixie dust or something. I don't know. It looked amazing.
funny.
He danced and he looked fabulous. And I was like, you get him, motherfuckers.
great. I love
because
it.
fuck those motherfuckers. How dare you say that shit? And the narrative, or whoever wrote for that fucking guy that was asking him that question, both of those guys are dickheads. Why would you even start that conversation and give that motherfucker a pedestal to say some stupid shit like that?
Well, Biden was the one that said Proud Boys.
So he threw it to him first?
Biden was the one that said
hold on.
Proud Boys.
But Homeboy has written questions down. So he could deviate.
Well, he said, I think he was
Because
specifically
he said, what
talking
would
about.
you say to the Proud
He
Boys?
was
Remember?
no.
That's how
It was
the moderator.
initial. Yeah, it was
That's how
initially
he
to white
formed it.
supremacy.
I know exactly who the fuck they were talking to. All those motherfuckers with
But
the
Biden
M4s
was
and
the one that said Proud Boys, and then Trump repeated him and then said stand back, stand by.
No, I'm telling you, we got to look at it again. Check it out, because that could have been that Biden had said it, and then the narrator reformatted it
Or
and said,
just rephrased it.
Yeah, what would you
Maybe.
say? What would you say to the Proud Boys? And then
Right.
he got into, and I was like, bro, don't even. You're already stirring the fucking pot,
Oh,
right?
that's what they do.
I know.
Let's
I
take
get
a
it.
quick break
Yeah,
because
let's
I
go.
gotta pee.
Yeah, let's do
'cause
it. Let's do it. I
Talking
like
about
it.
the Proud Boys makes me want to release
Fluids.
fluids from my body,
Well, I'm sure the other Proud Boys would be cool with that.
as well as Trump.
The old cats they're not on this. This is that new shit. You know
All
what I
right,
mean?
so we're back.
Yeah. We enjoyed some more cider. That shit looks. Look at that shit. That shit looks good right
It's slushy right now,
Yeah,
ladies
don't
and
worry.
gentlemen.
there.
I wish Dustin had a straw for me.
I know. I wish too. I didn't even know that we do the straw shit. Oh, you wanted to jiggle a bit? I give you a fork.
No, I don't think I need a
what is
fork.
that
I'm just
called?
gonna.
a spoon.
just gonna-
You
no,
get a bar spoon.
no,
A
no,
bar
no,
spoon.
no.
That's what it's called. A bar spoon. Yeah, no, because
I
a bar spoon
don't
helps
need
it.
one.
Listen, I use forks all the time to fucking. I like when I make
I
tabletop
usually
drinks.
use the butter knife.
The reason why I like the fork is
Because
because it has holes in it. When
twist
I
it.
move it around, it's flushing all of that water on the bottom.
Okay.
When you do the butter, you're just kind of mixing it around. I feel like I could get more movement, especially when I'm trying to make a drink.
Because there's like holes.
Yeah, there's holes in the thing. So
escape routes.
yeah, which is weird because that's why when I use a bar spoon has like ridges on it, right? And so when I use the bar spoon, I don't go around. What I do is I twizzle it, and so I make the ice
Okay.
create that ripple. for me.
Bartender 101 right here.
I know. Well,
All
it's
right.
just, I don't know if it's 101. It's that shit is like
look,
plus,
it's
yeah.
it's like
It's
like
doing
floated
good.
to the top.
Yeah,
all
don't
the
worry about it.
icebergs.
Thank God
All
it
the
was fucking,
icebergs.
yeah, we killed it. Yeah, I should have talked to you about it. I didn't even know. Look, we can't even
It's all
have this.
good.
That's what we gotta start doing.
Yours is probably
going
gonna be.
No, it's gonna be good because I didn't open it.
It's probably gonna be.
No, when
slushy,
you don't
though.
open it, you don't. That's a trick. You gotta let it cool down the temperature, right?
I didn't realize it'd been in for so long.
I didn't either. We were talking a lot of shit.
I guess so. Man, how long has this been going on?
We're
probably turning people off now.
Nah, listen. I'll take it into 2 shows if you want, just so I can get more fucking analytics on this shit. But we're probably about like 1:30. It was like a 30-minute break that we had it. But yeah,
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Yeah, of course. Listen, I can't believe the tortoise beat the fucking hare. That almost sounds not real, right?
I love turtles.
Turtles are cool. I'm a fucking Ninja Turtle.
Oh my god, who was your favorite? I was a Michelangelo girl. I love Michelangelo.
Weird? I would probably be one of the first people that would say I was in love with them equally. Or yeah, I didn't have a favorite, so I would always. Mike was always the guy for sure. Mike had a lot of charisma.
Mike was a Californian.
Yeah,
that's why I loved him.
100%. But we didn't know that. So for us,
no, I did.
He was. Yeah, we didn't know that. So for us, it was like, yeah, because remember he's from New York. How the fuck is he from California? It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they're from New York. They're not from fucking California. So, but he had that
Michelangelo was definitely Hollywood native.
Yeah, 100%. And so I didn't. Again, with characters, they gotta relate to me. So his character didn't relate to me. I'm like, I'm a Joker.
Because you're a New Yorker.
Yeah, I'm a Joker. Yeah, but I don't want to be a Joker all the time. So then that's when you start to lean to more of the Leonardo thing, right? Because Leonardo's like the guy,
like the leader,
right? He's holding it down.
Donatello was the smart one.
Now you gotta always go back, but it was weird. So I went Leo Ralph. Because Ralph was always angry, and that was like my inner emotion.
Raphael was the angry. That's why he was red. That's why he was the red Ninja Turtle. I was always like, I feel him. Fuck that. You know what? This Leo motherfucker so
took his shit, and then him and Leo would always fight. So I always found that fascinating because I have a brother. So out of all the brothers that were fighting, it was only Leo and Ralph.
Maybe that's why I didn't connect those characters.
Yeah, that was another dynamic for me that I was just like, damn, Leo, you're a fucking bitch. If you would have listened to this motherfucker from the beginning, the fucking foot soldiers wouldn't have been all over your ass. I would have been fucking good. But because you were fucking a pussy, they got me from the back and they kidnapped me because we were arguing, guy. And then I think I went back to Don. Because Don was that
he was super smart, yeah.
And
he was the Walter White of the Ninja Turtles.
I love all 4 of those guys together because individually they're not as great as they're not with all 4.
You know, I agree.
All 4 personalities are so fire that it's really interesting when you break it down like that.
But Splinter would still kick all of their asses at the same time.
And then it was weird for me, right, with the Splinter thing again, right, relating with characters.
Rats,
yes,
in New York,
I like it. I was like, fuck
in the sewer,
yeah. I was like, nah, this is no rats. That's your friend. I've seen rats. They're not. Really
I've actually never been to New York City.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, a lot of people keep telling me that. I just met a couple, and they were like, yeah, no, I haven't been. There's parts that are super enchanting.
Well, I mean,
I feel sad now with COVID.
It's one of those things though, where it's like anywhere you go, there's tourist parts of the city, and then there's just the regular living.
So
where
this
you
is
don't,
what it is. You've been to San Francisco, right?
Yeah,
San Francisco
I was just there last week.
Would be the closest thing, like downtown San,
to like a concrete jungle, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the same way we just have 2 piers. The way those fuckers have that one side and then everything else and then all the hills.
Oh my god, the whole bay is like
so we don't have a bay, we just have 2
rivers.
Yeah, right, exactly. And then in the middle, the way it changes in San Fran, where it's just one side and then it moves away, that it goes rural or more like suburbia. It goes not like that in New York. It's like 100 blocks of just madness.
Just urban sprawl.
But I feel like the urban gives it a weird connotation because I feel like urban is more like Brooklyn and the Bronx, because urban for me makes it feel like it's more what's the word that I'm thinking of? Just
urban is just the opposite of rural. So when you have lots of buildings and lots of very close properties on top of each other, that's urban.
But to see maybe that's what it is because of the projects, because they do the same urban kind of situation.
Yeah, that means urban, but I mean, just even in like downtown Manhattan, that's urban too.
Maybe, yeah.
No,
I mean,
is.
No. I'm not saying maybe like that. I'm trying to put it in my head. I mean, I know when you break it down into 2 factions, that's what they fall under, right? But it's weird that New York is one of the things that you couldn't, like the city, you couldn't classify as urban because it's very different than any other urban city or any other thing that you would call urban because of that. Because it's just most urban scenarios are not like that. Like that's why I would consider the boroughs more urban. Like urban to me has like kind of a common folk flavor to it. Let me say it like that.
No,
at least from growing up in New York City, because they're like, oh, you're urban. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? I'm fucking tactical, right? Like they would, yeah, like, and then the city wasn't referred to as urban. Like it was almost like there was a level of definition that came with it. Like, no. Urban is over there. This is not urban over here. And that maybe that was like the bravado. And I don't know if you see it a little bit more with LA.
I would probably see it a little bit different because you came from that environment, and
Right.
again, I've never been there, so I don't know what to compare it to. But I would say that my definition of urban would be.
I agree.
You haven't even heard what I said.
I agree. The
Oh my
definition
God,
of
you're so
urban is
fucking funny. Okay, so my definition of urban is, since we're sitting here right now in
saved it.
San Carlos neighborhood,
I know, what a crazy thing.
this is suburban where we are.
100%. I got that.
Urban.
Would you say this would be considered maybe rural though?
No.
No. Suburban.
No. Do you see any farmland around here?
It's close though.
But we're not in a
So
rural area.
has to be farm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So go back to the
So the
we're
urban.
we're in the suburban.
We're in the suburban right now, you and I. Urban is downtown San Diego.
Got it.
That's urban because it's concrete, it's man-made parks, it's buildings.
Okay,
you know,
that's what I say. You're totally right. I agree with
It's
that.
the concrete jungle.
I think they tortured me.
the
These fucking
trees
pieces of
downtown.
shits from New York City made me feel bad because they said that my shit was urban and their shit was a city, and so maybe that was my hang up as a kid.
I feel like the city and urban are one and the same.
I know that's what you're saying, and I totally understand that. And I'm saying that they fucked me up because they said no, it's different. So get the fuck out of here. So, but
Yeah, they're lying to you.
No, for sure, I like it. That's why I said I always talk.
But yeah, urban
smart
to me
people.
would be like
No,
downtown,
Agreed.
Bankers Hill,
Sure, right.
Hillcrest, up on the west side of
San
Balboa
Diego.
Park.
Yes,
Balboa
right.
Park.
This South City cider is actually very, very interesting. Actually, I gotta say it.
It's got a little bit of spice to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's that
it's very
pumpkin
different.
spice.
I never had. I gotta be honest with you. I've never had a pumpkin cider, right? So I've had cider. So this is very dynamic. See, I'm weak sauce when it comes to drinking. I don't want to deal with
What do you mean?
flavors. I don't want to deal with all that robustness.
Okay.
Like I'm very simple.
I can respect that.
Yeah, I'm just like
No, I can respect that.
And I'm not saying that this is not dope, but it's like
I'll be honest with you. I mean, this is something that I will drink, I guess, like occasionally. It's definitely not something I want to
no,
drink
I
all
would
the
get
time.
wrecked on this shit, especially once it coats my palate. You know, as a real, former, during, current, guy that likes to drink a little bit. No, it's good. The thing is, this is why
It's
I
a
love
sweet.
being a restaurateur guy,
Mhm.
because it's all about your palate.
Right.
You
Yeah.
gotta taste stuff. You gotta eat stuff. You gotta see where it's at. Like I said, this is very good. I'm just like more easier. Remember, this is the thing. Once your palate is accustomed to something, it fucks everything up, right? So like my palate is Coors Light.
Right.
So
Oh,
Coors, no,
God,
it's great. Watch, it's under 4%. It keeps you hydrated. It makes you use the restroom a lot, so you stay
Keeps
with
you
it.
hydrated.
I'm telling you, it's mostly water.
Yeah,
It's mostly water.
it's
So I could get a little baby
Propel
buzz.
Fitness water is what it is.
100%. And if I drink like 48 of them, I'm kind of buzzed.
40. See, that's why I do the hazy IPAs are where it's at.
Listen,
I love my hazies.
listen. Okay, check it out. Fuck IPAs. Period. Okay. Every time I
Real
fuck with the
sorry about
IPA,
that.
it's a blackout, bro. I end up fucking kung fu fighting. It's crazy. Like that shit is just too strong. I enjoy the 48 pack because listen, I could keep drinking, right? Because don't you like drinking? Like you just keep drinking and drinking, and it's
Well,
just
yeah, you drink it
it's almost
because it
like
tastes
smoking.
good. It's
No.
not. It's
More for me because I have like a mannerism for me. It's like, oh fuck, with drinking, it's very social. So like that whole movement. If I drank 48 IPAs, it'd be over.
well. First of all, you shouldn't drink 48 IPAs.
But you can
You
drink
should
48
drink-
Coors Lights.
You could drink like
You could do
drinking 4
Uh-huh.
IPAs is a good night. Drinking 8 IPAs, probably getting into a little bit of a crazy night.
Yeah, it's gonna be
But-
hot. It's gonna be hot. 4 IPAs, you're in trouble.
But I mean,
Especially
you
if
can
it-
enjoy 4 IPAs throughout the night. Like, why wouldn't you? And
Okay,
it's
so,
and it's
okay,
got
if
a
you're doing
higher
that, right,
ABV
so if you-
anyway.
Totally. So if you're doing that, at 4 we check out, we go home, we're done.
Not necessarily.
All right. So then now we put those on the rack. Now we go down, right? So
2.
whatever. Is that how you would drink it? Like let's say we went out. We both had 4 IPAs. They were probably above 8. We're feeling great. I'm
No,
like,
if they're
"Damn."
above 8, they're double IPAs. No, I'm not. No. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to drink 4 double IPAs out in public.
So what's an IPA ABV that you're
You're looking.
accustomed
You're
to
looking at
drinking?
between 6 and 7.
Okay, that's
maybe
fair.
6
That's
and
fair.
7.2.
Sure. You're right. Because
But like a double IPA, you're looking at like an Elysian that's
weird,
like an
though.
8.
They don't classify a lot of these other ones as doubles, and they'll be like 8% ABV.
No, most of the time, if it's gonna be a double, it's gonna be.
I'm gonna start texting it to you. I'm gonna go to the grocery store,
do
bro,
it.
because I'm like, these fuckers are lying.
I can't.
I'm like, this shit. I've seen it, and I'm just like, you guys are just going ham right now. Now I've been. There's a place in North Park. I gotta go find it. But I think I was having like a normal IPA that was a fucking like 10-point ABV, and I was getting fucking smacked.
But were you having it in like that little like
no, thank God.
goblet?
Thank God I didn't want that. That's for pussies. Excuse me.
No, they'll only sell it in that size. They're
No, I
not
know.
gonna sell you a
I got
regular
it. So
16
this guy
ounce
was
for
amazing. That's what I was gonna say. This guy was amazing. Fucking put in a 16-ounce pint for us. We have 4 of those shits. We were so lit. I know you're supposed to watch the concentration of it because the more
I don't
you
even
give,
want to know what fucking brewery that was because that's not good.
But this is the thing. It's my choice. So how are you telling me? How about this, right? So if I could go buy a gallon of motherfucking like rosé, why can't I get a gallon of fucking beer right now, bro? Just give me the money. What are you worried about? So what I'm saying
But
is,
on site, you're not drinking a gallon of rosé on premise.
I get it. I get the tasting part of it, but you should at least be able to roll your own dice for at least 3 IPAs in a pint. Come on, that's fair. That's fair, bro. I should, come on. So then you're gonna fucking give me it to me on some small little chalice. What do I look like, a fucking Napoleon? Check this out, bro. Give me the fucking
it's
pint,
a higher ABV,
I got
though,
you,
bro.
I
like
get it. I'm trying to get lit. That's the only reason why I'm drinking it.
Yeah, you're trying to get lit, but my breweries are not trying to get their license taken away because they're over-serving intoxicated patrons.
First of all, wait. See, that's another argument, the firm, because I totally agree. You're not trying to get, you're not trying to screw yourself up with that. And legally, we don't want homeboy to do that. But I could say this. What is it? Shucks, it's in my mind and I can't freaking bring it out. It's with a bear. What's the IPA that has a bear on it?
A bear.
It has a bear. Fuck.
I don't.
Anyways.
Not Sierra Nevada, is it?
No. So let's go to Duet, right? Who owns Duet?
Alpine.
Okay, boom. So Alpine, right? They serve a Duet. A Duet is 7, right?
Yeah.
Right? Let's say.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You serve it in a pint or you serve it in a chalice?
Serving a pint.
Right. So if I had 4 of those, I'm pretty fucking wrecked. So what's the difference between that guy and the guy that went to the 8 or the 10? It's the same amount. It's the same amount. So in the pint, I'm not saying, look, if I've been to places in North Park again, because North Park has a lot of fucking breweries, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen ABVs at like 18%.
Miramar probably has more.
If it's 18%, give it to your man in a chalice.
18%.
I swear to God. I swear to you. I swear.
Mm-mm.
I swear I seen it. With my own eyes, I couldn't believe it. I should have taken a picture.
18%. Was it like an imperial stout? Probably an imperial stout.
It could have been
an aged imperial stout. I can see.
I read it say IPA, bro.
No,
it's a spot. I'm telling you,
it's probably 8%.
So look, okay, what if it was a 19? I've seen
mm-hmm.
whether because you want to call it because you know the more technical stuff. Double IPA, regular IPA, that's 12%.
There's also triple IPAs can also be anything from an 11 on up.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's right there. Give it to him in a little goblet. 10 and under. We're rolling the dice. Give it to him in a pint.
No, but they're supposed to give it to you in the goblet because they're not supposed to overserve you. If they know that it's a higher ABV.
Because you're defending both sides of the argument. Of course, listen, no one wants to do the things you're saying, right? We all make a bad decision every now and then, okay? We all make a bad decision. Even the bartender who fucked up and he put in the wrong goddamn glass. We just trying to have people have a good
He's
time.
drinking on the job, no doubt.
For sure he is. I love this guy. He's amazing. Don't remember you defend the little guy. That's the fucking little guy.
I defend the little guy, but also like I have to caution my client, my business clients.
Every time you
not
and
to
me
break
talk,
the fucking law,
listen,
bro.
Every time you and me talk, I'm gonna fucking put don't break the law, don't drink and
Stop
drive.
breaking the law, asshole.
I'm gonna say all those things. That way, that's the only disclaimer that they know that I said some shit, but I was meaning like kind of legal, you know, kind of illegal.
Listen to everybody listening right now. First of all, thank you for listening. Second of all,
100%. Thank you guys.
Second of all, don't drink and drive.
Never.
And if you work at a bar or a brewery or a restaurant, don't overserve intoxicated people.
Sure, no, but this is the thing. If my first beer, I came in sober, why can't I get a pint? I'm not even intoxicated.
Came in sober,
right? Yes, that New York shit. Sorry.
I know.
I'm already getting
I
fucking
love
lit.
it. I love it.
So, but yeah, I came in sober. Bro, serve me the goddamn pint. Don't give me a little thing. I came in here to turn it up a little bit. I want to be done by 3. If it took 48 to get me lit, it's going to take me 3. And I don't want to fucking pay. And then that's another thing too. And I'm all about supporting these businesses, but I have a hard time trying to understand why it costs so much money to buy San Diego beer in San Diego. I'm from San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
Budweiser should be more expensive because it's shipped here. I want to pay less.
No, Budweiser has breweries here.
Sure. I get that. But why am I paying so much for the beer that's made here?
Because first of all, it's a small business.
I get that. I know. I get
So
all those things.
there's already going to be a little bit of inflation on the small business. Get a discount. What? Why? Get a discount for what?
I mean, so
there should be industry discounts. Usually,
I don't
industry
mean it like
discounts
that. I
every
mean, like,
Tuesday for when you guys go out.
Look, I've always said this. I've been in the game for a minute. If you give away a little, you can take them for everything.
Well, here's the problem.
Listen, this is just in the bar business for me as
yeah, in the bar business. Okay, well, let me
hold on, and you can go on.
Okay.
I was gonna say that sometimes when you take care of your clientele, because everyone has different clientele, and I'm not saying you got to be smart. Okay, first of all, we'll agree on that. You're not fucking getting more lit people more lit, or actually you are. But I mean, like ridiculously bananas. Like if he's off the wagon, you have to be able to understand where they're at and when you read them and when you see them. Like being a bartender is not just taking orders. Like when you come up to me, I'm already profiling you. I'm like, okay, what is he doing? Where's he at? Is he
what is he
drinking?
drinking?
Yeah. Is he high? Where we at? What's going on? Is he with a hot girl? Is this the first date? Because all of those things are fucking important to how I'm going to judge his swag. Because now I'm going to serve him alcohol, which I'm in charge of. And if he fucks it up, I'm in charge.
Right.
That sucks. So I get all that. But I'm saying if someone comes in and they're pretty dope and everybody's good, couple pints, I'm already watching you, bro. I've seen everything you drank. I know everything that everybody that I've ever served drank. And I've been packed. I'm like, boom, boom. I don't know nobody's name. I'm like, he had this, had that, had this. I'm not saying the over serving part. I'm just saying that back to what we were saying in the discount part. When you treat guests like above and beyond. So for example, let's say you would make some kind of thing the same way the museums. No, you got it. What are you doing? Right there. No, flip it over. Give me. I was looking at you. I was like, what happened? I was like, yo, right here. You gotta turn it down.
What the fuck?
I know, I seen you over there and I'm like, what's happening?
In my left ear.
Yeah,
what
I know,
is
because it was
happening?
flipped over. I was watching you over here and I was like, what is she doing? So anyways, back to the thing that I was saying. What I was saying was, I don't want a discount, but what I want to do is I want you to encourage business. So you encouraging business is like for me.
But
like,
hold on, let's back up.
Go ahead.
So you want them to encourage business. Is that because you work for a bar and so you want to be essentially like allowed to, this is like a business deal? Is that the perspective you're taking? Because I want to make sure that I understand.
The point of attack that I'm trying to pursue is more so of being like really in touch with your clientele and being in touch with your clientele. Like for me, being from New York, a lot of the booze, the way the numbers are ran, there's loss, but there's a lot of profit. And to the profit, you leverage. You got to have really good people on your team because you have to make
That's
sure.
in any industry.
No. But this takes it to another level because the buyback is a weird thing. The buyback is not something that exists in California. It exists in New York City.
Okay, so explain to me what the buyback is.
So the buyback in New York City is for every 3 that I buy, you give me 1 free.
Nope.
Right. So what?
Nope.
So I know I get you, but this is how it goes. This is the bartending
That's
law.
fucking mafia bullshit right there is what that is.
I'm not. It's not about mafia bullshit.
Because
maybe,
it's
okay,
even.
hold on.
It's
I'm not
even.
gonna say that it's not mafia bullshit.
Listen.
It could be mafia bullshit.
Listen.
But
Dustin,
tell me. I'm just.
It's even illegal at the federal level.
It's totally illegal. But first of all, you buy people shots on their birthdays. That's fucking illegal because by ABC standards, you can't give no free booze. Okay, I understand all of those concepts.
But it's not free if somebody's buying it.
No. When you're trying to be nice and you're trying to buy a table of birthday round of shots, right? As a business owner, that's free. That's against the law. In the same context.
Not if you were paying retail price for it.
Okay, that's the only way it gets you out of that. And so for me,
because
I
it's
think
being paid for.
The misfire for a lot of places, right? And this is going to be a little hot topic. Ownership doesn't understand that, and ownership should be the ones leveraging that profit. Meaning that if you know, like, so for example, you have a lot of these bartenders, right? And this is a real thing. I'm telling you, there's a buyback kind of formula that has been passed around through the whole entire nation. There's no way. Fucking bartender is favor city. I'm telling you, I've lived it. You have a different
I'm
point of view.
sure. No. I'm sure that it happens, but it happens with big brands who can afford the fines. Because when you talk
But
about a
that's not
small
true because
business,
mom and pops do
it
it
is
too.
true.
I worked for mom and pop, and bro, we did the stuff that I did is totally crazy. But as a mom and pop, I defended my mom and pop. Like I wasn't like the way I approached
A mom and pop
business.
manufacturer.
No, we're talking about. But you're talking about distillation and breweries, right? I'm talking about more, let's say, restaurants, bars, and restaurant.
Those
bars.
are retailers. Those aren't manufacturers.
Right. So that's a totally different argument when you're talking about someone that's actually creating it in the building too, right? Because they don't sell other booze. I'm talking to you more so about the climate. Getting back to what I was trying to say, and then you can scrutinize me for this, where I felt that there should be some. It's the same reason why you buy somebody a birthday cake in a restaurant. Like you still lose that money, but on their birthday, it's free, right? It's the same thing. So like, I'm not saying that it should be free, but there should be some kind of, at least from, if I was a business owner, I would totally put this into my shit. I might be broke, but I would always want there to be a situation where like, it's not just you coming to spend your money here. Anybody could come and spend their money here. I want to make you feel like when you spend your money here, you actually came out with more than what you spent. And that could be an experience.
Like experience, yeah.
Right. That could be in the way the bar team treated you. That could be in a situation where, you know, you might have showed up late to the party and you tell the bartender, yo, son, I'll slide you $20. Can you put that one beer in a pint so that I could catch up to where everybody's at? What I'm saying is there's a lot more organic things that are kind of happening into that world. But back to what I was saying as discounting, like the same way the museum gives you like on certain days, I think that would be a great thing to do. I don't want that much, but a little bit would be great. Like, look, I went to a brewery just recently. I didn't want anything, and they gave me nothing.
Because you didn't order anything?
No,
Or?
the service was terrible. The approach that they came with, the braggadocious of them being manufacturer.
That was here in San Diego?
Yeah, I was pissed.
No.
I was pissed.
We'll have to talk off
Yeah,
air.
for sure. I was hot like a motherfucker. And literally, I was hot too. Because I was like, yo, I came here. You have no fucking AC. I'm going to pay you to buy beer. And you're giving me flack because I'm asking you about your fucking beer? Bro, I'm pissed right now. I was lit. I mean, not lit.
Was there a restaurant on site?
No, there was a food truck.
Vendor? Okay.
Wait, okay. I see. That's the guy put me the words. A vendor. There was a vendor.
Well,
which I think is a great.
Truck vendor.
Yeah, no. I think that's one of the greatest cheat codes. For me,
For sure.
I think that if you buy the place, you don't get another vendor. You just make your own food truck. I think you cut out the middleman.
Yeah.
Talking about
That's the
speaking
way,
of cutting out
that's the way to do
middleman.
it. So you don't have to build
So
a
I have
kitchen with a
kitchen,
grease trap.
but my
A grease
kitchen is
trap.
outside.
Yeah.
So automatically, I do have a kitchen, but it's
Yeah.
not mandated by any of the rules that it goes inside your fucking
Exactly.
building.
That's
curbside.
That's
puto.
that's the
So,
workaround. I mean, that's
it's the facts.
again. This is why did Trump only pay $750 in taxes? Because this is the workaround.
I agree. And
so
I think it's fair.
if you
Right,
can
if you
work
around
the
it,
workaround,
yes, 100%. That's what I said. Don't show me the cheat code because I'm going to use it, but don't get mad when I get good at it too, and then you want to take me down.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna make it hot. If I had a brewery or wanted to get into breweries, I'm automatically being like, how much is a food truck? Because that's what we're getting. I don't care who we get. We get Hector, we get Fernando. Bro, we'll do there's nothing about this beer that's Mexican, but we sell tacos all fucking day. California burritos out the goddamn ass. Let's go.
That's
Get
funny.
a fryer. Let's do some fries.
It's so funny. So
and
like,
then we'll put it with some flair. Tell them this so they don't get too mad. We make a Cuban sandwich too.
so it's funny. Like when you talk about how you drink 48 Coors because whatever my entire family they don't drink craft beer. Like
Right.
I'm a fucking beer snob.
No, I know that's why times I gotta flick your bean a little bit, like yo fucker, because it's a different swag.
It's definitely different. It's definitely different. But it's also a matter of exposure too.
Yeah,
they're in Bakersfield. They live in Bakersfield. There's literally 5 total breweries in Kern County.
That's still pretty cute for them not even being on the map.
Kern County is the second largest county in the state.
Yeah, but that's what
spatial
is that
wise.
Right? I was going to say that's
based on geography.
No one cares about square
Based on
footage. Tell me
geography.
about population, bro. If you don't get the population, then you can't argue. Just because you're big space, that doesn't really mean shit.
But there's so much space for fucking breweries to flourish out there.
So you're saying that argument? No, they should totally do that. But the thing is that people, it's the same reason why they're dragging their fucking ass on the weed shit. It's like, bro,
well,
you have
here's
so much space.
well, the reason for that is it's a fucking red county. So
yeah, but either way, it's like, bro, what are you doing? So you don't have any money, you're broke. Like, see, this is the thing that brings me to the hood shit, and I don't mean to say it like that, but it's like, let's just look at other options. I'm not saying that we are a drug dealer, but bro, if this is literally changing
street
dynamics,
pharmacist, by the way, that's a politically correct term. Yeah. Street pharmacist.
See, that's why I have you on the street. Always speaking all the good words. The street pharmacist, right? It's not that anymore, bro. It's like, dude, maybe something to look at. Maybe you don't even sell the weed. What if you buy property and rent it out to motherfuckers that sell the weed?
Oh, now
right?
that's,
see what I'm saying?
That's the way the laws are written. You will get your fucking property seized
because they don't want that shit down. Because at the federal level, they ain't digging it. But I'm just saying that there's options. It's the same way I would say brewery. Like, look, dude, we have like this crazy goal thing that we could like make a lot of money on, and you just like, no, that sounds stupid. We're just gonna keep going after poppy and oil in this other place.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's what it kind of sounds like to me. Because, dude, even if you wanted to be a fucking red state, it's like, who cares? Listen, you're never going to smoke weed. So fucking what? But check this out. All your roads will be paved. Like, your infrastructure will be dope.
Dude, Colorado made so much money.
Crushed.
Like, the first couple years.
Crushed.
I imagine that they're making even more money.
Yes.
Now.
But you know, so crazy because I've seen some documentaries. God bless Netflix. California still produces more than any other state in the whole entire nation.
We have so many different climates in this state.
It's crazy.
It's like we really should be more than one state, to be honest.
No, why do you do that?
Well, there's the geography and there's the
factions?
population. Yeah, I think like coastal,
like North Dakota, South Dakota,
no,
fucking West Virginia, and Virginia.
The Dakotas should actually be one state. Fuck those people. They have so much less population than I do, and they have 4 fucking senators. They have 2 more senators than California does. They have less
they did my
population.
Idea. They did my idea. You get the coal. You get the coal. The co-president.
Bullshit. No, the Dakotas should be one fucking state and get 2 senators.
On point right now. Listen, so get back to the shit that you're telling me that we just split this motherfucker, because I kind of like that we're all together. As crazy as the north to the south is, I'm like, fuck it. Everybody's bananas, but it's really? I'll fuck with you though.
I've never been to Canada.
Drake is my guy.
The Weeknd
Bieber is my guy. Weeknd is my motherfucking guy.
Bieber.
Come on, Genius at 5. He was
Martin
playing drums.
Short. Fucking
Martin Short is
Sarah
fire.
Chalk.
Deadpool is from there too.
Yeah, Ryan Reynolds.
Yes, come on. A lot of them. They're very
Bryan
nice.
Adams.
Oh, that's my guy. I love me some fucking Bryan
Summer
Adams.
of '69, bitch.
Listen, that is my shit is like Three Musketeers. Bryan Adams. I met him a lot older, but it's still fantastic.
What about Robin Hood, bro? Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
That was good shit. Come on, Kevin Costner. I got you. Listen, I'm all day.
Oh my god.
This is what I'm saying though, right? Like
what?
It's a different world, and
the world is crazy.
With the beer
I'm worried.
shit,
I'm worried about them. Here's the thing.
Tell me.
I never wanted to have children. I don't have children.
I know. Where you at? You in the hourglass department now?
So glad.
Really?
This world is just so sad.
You know so selfish about me. I'm like, I want to make another one to torture him too. I'm like, I don't want to be.
But I'm selfish in the opposite direction. It's like,
fuck you, bro.
I want to be able to just pick up and leave
because
when I want
you
to.
can do that, right? I think that's a different argument too. Men will never understand that. Like, you can have a kid, but you didn't have a kid.
Sure.
Right. So as a woman,
squeeze a watermelon out of your fucking urethra, boys, please.
Listen, first of all, what were they called? The Proud Boys, and I've seen some other talented people put a lot of stuff up their booty hole. So they probably
God
dudes
bless them.
Yeah, some dudes could probably have a kid out of their booty hole. I'm not disagreeing.
I'm talking out of your fucking where you
pee. But it wouldn't make any sense, because if you thought about what hole would make the most sense if you were a man,
it doesn't matter because
out. But anyways, I was saying, being a woman,
men are pussies.
Of course.
Men have a very low tolerance for pain. Like women, we fucking rule in that area.
Yeah, of course. Listen, they put it up your ass. It's of course you rule. That's I mean, to take it in the ass as a man is sound like, so different. So because
wow.
no. Women know all the pain
with this.
Women know all the pain. have childbirth. They got to be virgins and take, whether it's the anaconda or the small pencil out the gate. That's a fucking problem.
Doesn't matter. It all
Right,
pops.
yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, and that's we don't ever have that, like,
Yeah,
as
you
an
don't ever have any.
intrusion as a
No,
thing,
not
like,
unless
it
you're a
doesn't-
gay man and
Correct,
it's bottom.
that's what I'm saying. Yes, right. So when you think
Yeah.
about that, like, even dominance role is very different, right? Because women play back and forth with that, and then the struggles of having to deal with all those managements is a lot. I think definitely I agree 100%.
High tolerance or pain.
Men are
You're
I wouldn't call them
babies. Fuck you
pussies.
guys.
They're the artist.
No.
Listen. The women are like the reason why the engine runs, right? Like, they're the engineers, right? So, like, the guy will come up with a good idea. Back to the shit you were telling me once about on air, but the woman coddles it and makes it a thing and makes it come up. Like, there are some,
Nurturing.
yes, right. That's called mom. That's called wife. That's called side piece. Whatever. That's called muse. Whatever. Some dudes.
Side piece.
I'm telling you, whatever the guy uses to fucking make that spark in his mind stay alive, that is a cheat code. Dudes do that shit. Because they'll
I
stay
love
with-
the cheat code analogy that you've been
Yeah, well,
running
it's-
with this whole show.
I know. It's I don't know about it back because people they know me for it in a weird way.
Cheat codes?
Because that's what I talk
Up,
about.
up, down, down, left, right, left, right.
Exactly. Yes.
I've forgotten it now. I've forgotten it now.
Select.
Oh my
Come
god,
on.
I've forgotten it.
I got you.
I'm so fucking disappointed in myself that I've
It's
forgotten the
okay.
cheat
Listen, I'll
code.
never forget about it because you know it had, and that's how life is. Once you can figure it is not really a cheat code, it's just an angle. When you think about it practically, it's like, if you can just find an angle, leverage the fuck out of that angle, and then try to leave before you get caught.
Oh,
Because that angle,
man.
once someone sees you fucking laying golden goose, they're all over you.
Fucking Nintendo.
Yeah. It's
I love
amazing.
you.
God
I
bless
love
the
you.
Japanese for doing all that shit for us.
I love you, Super Mario.
I was going to buy my kids the new shit they got. This Super Mario shit is even more complex and more amazing.
So
What is this thing called? What is the new Nintendo thing called?
I don't even know.
It's a new Nintendo. We'll call it that.
The new
'Cause
Nintendo.
We're a little older, folks.
Oh my god! So we had regular Nintendo.
What the fuck is it
Like the
called?
coolest thing about Nintendo back in the day was the fucking power pad
Oh, that
with
was
the
dope.
duck hunt gun.
That was the beginning. Yeah, of
my
course. The
uncle,
dunk hunt
my
was the shit.
uncle had that. I just remember like
Yeah.
battling my cousins for
Right.
fucking time on that power pad, like running those hurdles, like jumping up and down on those. It was almost like it was a
know.
fucking telephone
Listen,
pad.
I know. I got you. You know what's so insane when we were just talking about earlier about having toys put in cereal boxes?
Yeah.
Nintendo right out the gate put the fucking thing up here.
Oh my god!
Because
Well,
Atari was over here and then
dude, it was
Nintendo was like,
technology. It was technology.
but it was so much like when you think about it now, no one is even trying to do innovations like Nintendo. Like Nintendo shit, their new box, you know what's so dope about their things? Because they're only about innovation. That literally I could take the box, come to your house, plug it in.
Switch.
Thank you. And we could
Like-
play. We could play on your TV, and then I could take the box and I have a
Take it
screen on
back.
it, and I could play the same fucking game. They're innovators. Like Nintendo has done shit.
Yeah. They're
that-
getting smaller. They're
Just
getting
because
smaller.
they-
Well, Xbox started big.
So the reason why they get smaller is because they did something which I think is amazing. They have like a chip, right? So once you plug the chip in,
It's like a micro SD.
right, you don't have to spin the disc.
Yes.
So that's the problem with PlayStation and with Xbox. A DVD has to be alive. Like you can't scratch a disc. You could, but you got to be really fucking hard with it.
Right.
If you're an asshole with your CD, that should get all scratched up and won't play. But now the way that they have it, which is weird, like if you have a PlayStation now, I don't know about Xbox, but the PlayStation downloads the whole game onto your system. And the
That's
only
the
reason
new
why
Xbox.
no. Watch this one. I'll get to that too. The only thing that it does is the CD becomes a key. So it downloads. So this is what I never understood. You download the whole game. If I don't have the disc, I can't play it. So right. So when you play the game, it says put the disc in. But the reason why I downloaded the game was the disc is the key. It opens
To
the game.
unlock the game.
And then the game never has to use the disc to interact. It's running off the system, right? When you talk
Okay.
about speed and a laser.
But isn't that
hitting
the
it-
new Xbox? The new
So this one
Xbox
is
doesn't
different now.
have a
They've-
disc drive. You
They've been
just
trying
download
to
games.
get this for a while. They want to push that because of everything that's went with like Amazon and Netflix.
Mhm.
They want to get rid of disc. It costs them
Right.
too much money to make.
Yeah.
There's no profitability on the
Yeah,
disc.
because you got to manufacture the discs.
Correct.
You got to fucking
The
buy the
fucking-
discs. And then you got to mark
So
them
they-
up.
Right. $60, $70, $80. So that you could cover all of that fucking shit.
Yeah. I'd rather have my games at like $15 a piece so I can just fucking download it.
But they're not. That's the thing.
Yeah, of course
They're still
not.
gonna be
Because
60.
you've already gotten used to the
Right,
price that you're
exactly.
buying for the
Yes.
CD.
Uh-huh.
That's why it's an elevated
I want
price.
to buy. I'm gonna buy the more expensive one.
Here was my hypothecation. Hypothecation? Is that even a fucking word?
I like that though. What's wrong with it? Has to be a hypothesis.
Was a hypothesis? Was it? But
no,
it
but
was
a
like
hypothecation. You're saying it was in the past, right?
yeah,
That's what
it
you're
was.
trying to say.
Yeah,
So it could be the right
earlier this week,
conjugation for that verb.
I don't fucking know. I'm
It's
fucking
okay. Don't worry about
had
it.
too
I know a
many
little English, not a
ciders.
lot.
smoked a couple bowls.
Yeah, we're not there.
Sorry,
today.
Mom.
Yeah.
All right. So my hypothesis last week was Xbox has come out with his new Xbox.
Uh-huh.
Which is it's all downloads. There's no disc slot.
There's two versions though, just so you know. They're selling one at $3.99 for no disc, and the next one is $4.99 for disc. Right. See what they do? I'm just letting you know. So continue. Tell me. See? I'll be programmed.
I guess that's probably if you don't have a DVD player but still have DVDs, like because you can play those on the Xbox, right?
You could still,
you can.
You could still, whether you get the one that doesn't have the disc or not disc, and this is not 100%. This would be 80%. It's still gonna have a slide for disc because it's still a Blu-ray. It's still a DVD
Blu-ray player. That's what I'm saying.
It's still a DVD player.
We're saying the same thing.
It still plays media.
Okay.
And many different factions. But for you to play a game, there's no need for no disc.
Here was my thought on where this whole Xbox and PlayStation thing is going. Is okay, now you no longer have a disc game that you need to purchase. You just get it straight from their store, the Play Store, the whatever store.
Whatever virtual store that exists in this world. Yes.
Right. My thought this past week was like, well, again, like I was saying with the cameras, to cut out the middleman of your phone to just upload straight to Instagram when you take a picture on your regular camera, it's going to be the same soon with Xbox and PlayStation platforms. Is that they're going to contract with certain television manufacturers, and the television, now that a smart TV can just come with Netflix or just come with whatever. You don't need a Roku stick anymore. You don't need a Fire Stick anymore to get that shit on your TV that's already on the TV. You just got to log in, right? It's going to be the same thing with Xbox and PlayStation pretty soon. They're going to partner with the manufacturers. And you just fucking buy a TV that already has an Xbox on it, and the TV is going to be like fucking $1,500 for a small flat screen.
I think that's
it's going to go up from there.
I think that's a little bit of ways.
I think
smart TVs are already there in a large way because you can buy a smart TV and not have a device, and the smart TV already is on Wi-Fi and it can download applications and it can do things. So in that capacity, I would totally agree. I think it's going to take a little bit more time only because of the processing that they're trying to do. The TV would go back to being huge because what they're trying to do. But
not with the way that the Xbox is. You figure you integrate whatever hardware is in the Xbox, but you just integrate into the TV and it's fine. It's the same
Sony's
thing.
going to drop it. Sony's going to drop it, hopefully.
Well, that's PlayStation.
I know.
It's just going to be PlayStation, Sony TVs.
Listen, Sony is... like, if you take yourself serious as a gamer, you're on Sony.
I'm not a gamer.
No, I'm saying I'm saying like in general.
You know what my favorite game is?
What's your favorite game?
Galaga.
Oh my god.
Galaga. It's like
I know. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a pretty good game. It's a pretty good game. I'm not gonna say it's not
every arcade.
For sure. I mean, I'm an arcade kid. They don't even have those shits anymore. That's why
Jimmy's Arcade. We had Jimmy's Arcade back in Baco.
I don't know what the fuck they called it in our area, but it was Hood Arcade. Let's call it that, and it was awesome. They had like the WWF wrestling game.
I never played that. I played like The Simpsons.
Right, they had The Simpsons for sure.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles.
I really like the pinball. Yeah, Street Fighter, Centipede, Pac-Man.
Right.
If you Legend of Zelda.
Right. If you're having an arcade, you need those. But now that's why people make fun of me because I like Dave and Buster's because it almost makes me bring me back to those moments.
Yeah, you feel like a kid again.
Because it's like, wow, this is
my buddy Marco back in Baco has he has his own little like arcade, but it's like one machine, and you see that nowadays. Like when my office
started doing it a lot.
You have the one machine, you have the one fucking
whatever it is
machine, and it just has all the like the fucking Bust a Move, the bubble game,
Right.
or like pole position,
Right.
or
That
like,
was like I wonder if that software is on Neo
Mortal
Geo.
Kombat.
Because Neo Geo, they had shit like that where it was
Neo Geo.
multiple games.
Yes.
Like you just press buttons and you're like, okay, I'm in this game, I'm in this game, I'm in this game.
So when I was with the firm, we were on the 8th floor of our building in downtown San Diego, and there's the 6th floor. We had 3 lanes of skee ball. We had
That's
an air
dope.
hockey table. We had foosball. We had a ping pong table. We had the basketball game, the NBA basketball game, where there was 4 players. So there's 4 different player positions with the joystick and the 2 buttons. We had the fucking basketball game. There's 2 basketball games where the hoop will move the second round if you get to the second round. It's something that you see at like Chuck E. Cheese or something like that. And then we also had I think 2 arcade games that had a shit ton of different games from like same thing. It was like Off-Road and Paperboy and Super Mario Brothers and just regular Mario Brothers and like all the different Donkey Kong, like every single game you can think of. I mean, you just had to just put in your quarter and then just like slide through all the different games that they had for options. And that shit was awesome.
That is so dope.
But you know what's so funny is like, so we had that 6th floor, and like when they first opened it up, like it was so like we would go down there like every break and like every lunch, and then like you just kind of get complacent with it and just take it for granted, and you don't take advantage of it anymore. And it's just like, oh man, like it's such a fucking skee ball.
Listen, not only that, I would say that and raise you this. How many people go to the beach that live in San Diego? It's the same thing.
That's another thing. Like
That's
if I don't go to the beach at least once a month, I feel fucking horrible about
It's almost
myself.
like you
This is
charge
the
me all this
reason-
money.
I
Speaking
know
about being
it's
charged.
the reason why I moved back.
Right. You charge me all this money for this shit, and the one thing that I'm paying the most for, I don't even go do,
Yeah,
which is the beach.
it's horrible.
Right? That's why
It
for
makes
me,
you
like,
it makes you feel ungrateful
yes,
sometimes. It certainly makes me
1000%.
feel ungrateful.
That's how I feel. Cheers to this, right? To the
Cheers.
beaches.
All right, so to Portuguese Bend Distilling, we're drinking your fucking vodka right now, and it is fucking amazing.
It is fucking delicious.
So, cheers.
Portuguese vodka. I love it.
Portuguese Bend Distilling. It's the breakwater vodka.
It's delicious. It's actually, to me, bro, I've drank it a lot. It's better
super
than
smooth.
It's unbelievable. That's what I'm saying. It's so clean. I would say better than Goose, better than Belvy in the sense that it curves kind of that again, the sharkiness, like the little shark that you get where you're like, oh my god, that hurts so fucking much.
It's the aftertaste
finish
is just like
great, very clean.
Simon,
and the
props.
bottle is actually beautiful.
Simon, props, bro.
Yeah,
Good shit.
I'm telling you, the bottle is beautiful. I really like the wooden cap.
Yeah,
it kind of looks like Belvedere or Grey Goose had a
looks
baby
like-
with Ketel One.
It looks like
it still has a lot of bit of the graphics in the sense of the slimness of the bottle.
Just the whole motif of the bottle. Like I feel like
It's very nice.
I feel like it's like a Navy vodka. You know what I mean? Like something they take
I
on
like
the fucking
colors for
submarine.
sure.
You
I
know?
like the colors for sure. I think it came out fire, and it's actually very, very delicious.
It tastes great.
I gotta be honest with you. South City Cider Works was very, very good. Very delicious. A lot of different interesting profiles.
Yeah, definitely. We need to finish
we're we're totally
the last
gonna for that.
one. The
But,
last one we
getting
got.
back to the Portuguese stuff.
Portuguese Bend.
This was very, very good. Like
Super smooth.
you know what's weird? So we had some guests over, friends, and Tabitha has tequila, rum, and gin.
Mhm.
Terrible. In my mind. Only because the number one thing if you're stocking your bar, ladies and gentlemen, always have vodka.
Yeah.
Always have vodka. And have a lot of it. Even if you buy
Sure.
it cheap.
Mhm.
Because it's the one thing you can
Word.
put in fucking anything that makes everything great.
Everybody loves a Cape Cod.
Yeah, like if
Get
I
a little
made a
cranberry
rum
juice.
drink, if you didn't like rum, you're gonna be like, this sucks. If I make a gin drink and you don't like vodka, takes the flavor
Mhm.
of anything.
Yeah.
It's not, and so for me, this is something that would be phenomenal to have into your cabinet. But like I said, we don't have no fucking vodka in the building. You always need to have a vodka in the building because the obscure stuff, sure, for those obscure people. I mean, I think the most obscure that you can get away with is having bourbon. Because at least that they're like, fuck, you don't got vodka, but I'll do some whiskey. When you're talking about all the other stuff, but yeah, I
give
really,
me two
really, really
fingers.
enjoyed this. I've drank a lot of different vodkas. I used to be like the housewife. We had to get like fucked up on Mandarin and soda at the crib while I like did all the laundry, watched all my shows.
Dude, you could just put
cooked
some.
and
You
cleaned.
just, no, you like mix it with like Crystal Light, and that's
What I'm
some
saying is-
fucking
no.
that's some suburban
No.
housewife
Listen,
bullshit,
fuck
right?
that. I'm gonna tell you, I like the drink. It's on ice, and that's breaking the rules. That's as far as I go. Like now, I'm like, why would I bother adding anything to this motherfucker? Go ahead. Why would I bother adding anything to this motherfucker?
What would you add?
With the vodka, nothing. I mean, if it was
So okay, so as a bartender, like what? I mean, obviously, probably
Sure.
cranberry vodka is probably the
okay,
most
so if
common.
you wanted to get me, excited about building a drink with this vodka that I thought that was profound, it would depend on where I was at. I mean, I think that if you're gonna do some kind of drink that's in a martini format or in a coupe, you want to do something with puree. I'm automatically thinking about and I don't really like puree. I think fresh fruits is probably the best. So like having some blackberries or some berries, period. And I mean, you can make a strawberry puree, which would that might be a little bit too light, just because you want some of the antioxidants from it coming in. But I think that any way you decide to build it, if you make it as a pre or you're muddling the drink, I mean now I've become. Don't worry about it. It falls. Just you'll be fine. I've been more of a muddler. I don't know. I think that's more like now how mixologies kind of take things over. But if you want to do it quick, it's fine too. Like if you pre-make some kind of puree or mix that you can squeeze it in there. I mean, it would obviously be some kind of, I think, dark fruit a little bit. I mean, it depends on your price point. You could do triple sec. You could do Cointreau. But I would like triple sec just because it's a little bit lighter, and you can mix it up, and you can and you can do a little bit more things. I definitely think adding some citrus to it. So that would be me building it in a martini, kind of like for something to be foo-foo. I'm gonna do some kind of muddling of some fruit. I'm gonna do the vodka. I'm gonna do probably some trip just to make it easy, and then I'm gonna add some simple lime or lemon depending on how I built it. But that was just on that one drink. If I was trying to send it to motherfuckers that were trying to get wrecked, puppy, club soda. We got this. Listen, this vodka, club soda.
Yeah.
Stop playing the
Yeah.
games. And
Just-
I'm not even going to
just do it.
squeeze because I never like that. I never like squeezing fruit into shit. You literally have lime juice, squirt of lime juice into the drink. That shit is going to be fire. Right? That's for my alkies out there. Right? And then if we're going to do something fun and you bring it back, right? Kamikaze all day with that motherfucker, right? If we're doing
Yeah.
shots, let's do some kamikazes with this. Super simple again, right? You're doing the trip, lime juice, and then that vodka, and it's so good. The only thing that I would find offensive is only like if you're trying to ball and it's the birthday, that you would buy $40 vodka to do a kamikaze with, right? Because that's kind of a waste. You can do that with anything
Sure.
because you're wasting the thing. That's why I said the real drinker, I'm like, puppy, right here. Vodka, club soda, sit down. I got you, squeeze a lime, and wait all day. If I was trying to impress some girl, I would make some cool martini with some fruit in that motherfucker, and it'd be awesome. Outside of that, I wouldn't really fuck with it. For me, like I said, if that was me at home and I was housewifing it, one rock,
Okay.
vodka, and then I'd be like sipping and cleaning and doing shit and sipping and cleaning and keep putting ice in that shit.
So you mentioned triple sec earlier, and I know it doesn't have a whole lot of alcohol in it, but when you make it as a Jello shot with orange
Bro,
Jello,
it has enough. It has enough. It's a
It
liqueur.
tastes
it
like
has-
a fucking 50-50 bar.
Bro, it's so good, bro.
And I just hear the Ice Cream Man song in my head whenever I take those shots because they're so delicious. And you just put like a little dab of whipped cream on that Jello shot. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
So
bro,
good.
Listen, young lady, I'm all about Jello shots. I'm all about everything. I'm all about ice sculptures and doing shots. I'm all about
And it's funny.
doing
So
keg stands.
So vodka, vodka with Jello shots. I always do it with the blueberry
Right, it's
because
always
it
good.
seems like it's like the best.
It's so weird with vodka now because I've kind of accepted it and understand it. I'm like a Russian. You just drink it fucking straight, bro. It's like, because you gotta have that thing because it works so great with so many things. Like,
Yeah.
I am all day vodka.
Any mixer.
Yeah,
It
I'm
goes
like-
with any mixer.
Yeah, I can't. Bourbon, I gotta fucking work with. Gin, I gotta work with. Tequila, I gotta work with. Vodka, it doesn't matter what the,
Yeah.
whatever
As long
you
as it's
do.
got a little flavor.
It's you good. It's on you to create the flavors to elevate the
right,
vodka.
Right. And so, and this is funny. So, like, kind of along the lines, like, I don't do the seltzer. You know me. I don't do the White Claw. You gave me a White Claw the last show.
It's because I like drinking, and I want to see what these motherfuckers be talking about.
White Claw is disgusting, everybody.
Listen,
Anyways.
first of all, a seltzer fucking a beer or whatever the fuck it's called. It's weak sauce, but it's a different angle. Let's try it all out.
Seltzer. So we, I say we.
Right.
My friends and I hang out with friends that are so much younger than me right now.
By the way, that's the smartest thing you've ever done in your whole life.
You
know
think
why?
so? Because it
keep you
keeps me
current.
young. It keeps
Yes.
me. No, it does. It keeps me young.
Yes.
My friend who dropped me off
You gotta
today
be.
is 30.
You gotta be. Damn, did I fuck up shit? Would you want to share some of this? Because it's the
No.
shit. It's not that bad.
No.
It's not that bad.
I had the other one. There was two of them.
I know, damn, you drank more than me. You drank the slushy, and
No.
Wait, you slow. I feel like I'm behind now.
You are behind, but you're
Right?
behind just that one glass. So once you're finished with that, then
Then we're gonna switch.
then
Okay,
we're gonna share that one.
But yeah, you were saying about your friend.
So my friend, that dropped me off is just 10 years younger than me. That's like the thing. Like,
Bro,
it
one of my
keeps me young.
best friends
It keeps me young.
is 19 or 20.
Hi. Oh, Alex.
Because it keeps
Man,
me
baby
young.
Alex.
It keeps me
No,
young.
dude.
When I was 25, I hung out with 14-year-olds.
Can
when
I
was
just say?
Yeah, I know. You want some of that. Yeah, that. No
Stop.
kidding.
No. I just want to say, so when I when I first listened to your show, and he was like on 2 of the first 5, and I was like, oh my God, it's Man Baby Alex. And I remembered him, and I was like, oh my God.
Wasn't it a trip? Yeah.
I remember, because that guy is fucking yoked. And he is the nicest ass. And I remember being at your restaurant.
I know.
And he's behind the bar pulling out the dishes.
Listen.
And I was like fucking staring at his ass, and he caught me. And then I asked you that same night, hey, what's Alex's story? You're like, oh, that bro's 19. I was like, what?
Well, it's because you're the firm. You know, and I don't want to get you in trouble legally. But I just want to put it out there because I would have told you to jump all over that fucking savage.
Oh my God. It was so funny. Alex, you're super cute, but you're a man baby.
Bro, I swear to God, it's so funny to have, like, speaking of leaving, like, the timeline, having the show shot even back then. And it wasn't even the back then, but it's just like people grow up so quickly. But it's been a thing. We just had him. I tell you, one of the shows that everybody's got to listen to. It's fucking comedy. I can't stop laughing to it. It's called House Party Remix. The first one.
Oh, is he
not
on
the
that
second
one? Oh, that's so funny.
And we
He's
talk
not
about
even legal to drink, bro. What are you doing to him?
listen, because I'm a believer that I lead men or women.
You're a leader of men.
Or women. I'm not
You're
gonna
Lord of the Flies.
Right. I'm not gonna say like, oh shit, okay, this person wants to go do X, Y, and Z, and then she doesn't or he doesn't know someone, and then they go out and it sucks. I'm like, no, look, you're dope. If you want to do that, I know some people. Why don't you hang out over here? I'll keep an eye on you. Because you wilding out over there, it's not gonna be good for you. It's funny how I've had this really weird kind of like daddy mommy shit, but not in the way that I have issues with that. I might, but more issues in the sense of giving the tutelage, where I'm like, look, you're gonna get lit regardless. I'd rather buy you the bottle. You hang out with me. All we're gonna do is talk shit. We'll probably smoke some cigarettes. I'll keep an eye on you. Versus what my brother does. He gets lit, goes out, gets in a fight, gets arrested, gets all this other shit.
Yeah.
Right. I'm like, but that's because there's no tutelage. The tutors are supposed to say, listen, fucker, you want to get lit? No problem.
And you can stay on my couch for the night.
You pass the fuck out.
Yeah.
We're going to get it lit. And everybody can't see it, air quotes, but you're safe. We don't have to worry about security. We don't have to worry about the fucking cops. We don't have to worry about pass out. And then mañana, you dope again.
You're good to go.
And then we could do it again. That's why I support that whole cause. I'm like, I don't want you to go and make a mess out of yourself because I did that. And then it have people to be like, hey, check it out. Just get on the life raft.
Yeah, you just sometimes you just need somebody to like point you in the right direction, and I think it's very important for
mentors are huge, man.
And it's not just for children. It's not just for children.
And I don't even know why I don't hear more people say that in discussion. My mentor said, and even when people say that, you almost think like, who the fuck are you? You got a mentor? Fuck you, bro. Like it almost seems like a little bit dickheady.
Well, I mean, that's why there's that emergence of the life coach careers 100%, right now.
Yes, but
there's so many people that are life coaches.
That's even a bad word. But
like, it's not. I mean,
life.
Okay,
I'm saying in general consensus, right? Like if you say, hey, I'm talking about life coach,
we're in California.
I'm just speaking. By the way, every conversation we ever have, it's like 50 Cal and then 50 New York. And I start with 50 New York. So I gotta always remember. I gotta bring back.
But you have your baseline that you have to work from.
And my new baseline is Cali line. Because I'm like, no, this is the way the shit should have been running.
Okay.
But you motherfuckers were going crazy over there.
All right. I got to stop you for a second.
Go ahead.
People who are from here, we don't say Cali. And the people who are from here that say Cali, you guys are jokes. Do not say fucking Cali. Say NorCal. Say SoCal.
No,
I'm cool
so
with
check this
that.
out. And I'll argue with this
California.
all day. But you know what? Your representatives talk to me about this. And like I said, I represent also the average Joe hood guy and Tupac
New
Shakur,
York.
Dr. Dre, or Snoop Doggy Dogg, Cali. Okay, that's what they said. It's not my fault. And
You're right. But
these
they're
are the
not role models.
we never said. Well,
you know what?
I'm just
But you know
saying,
what?
Those are the representative
Biggie
Right.
is the one that made it big. Going back to
I
Cali.
was just gonna bring that up.
Fucking New Yorker.
I was gonna bring that
No.
up. I was gonna bring that up. So
But-
maybe that was a low blow.
But here's the
That's
problem.
actually a good. That's
Fucking LL.
right.
fucking
L. He, you know, but that was so. First of all, can
Cool
I say
J.
something? Whether I agree with him or not, would love to ever have you on the show. But L is sexy as fuck. I don't give a fuck. He's like, when you're
Fuck
like,
he is.
listen, I'm going back to Cali.
Yeah.
I'm tearing
No.
up something. I'm having a good time.
I know what you're tearing up.
That's
I know what
so-
you're tearing
You
up.
know, like even I don't know. Mama
No,
said
it's
knock you
all
out.
it's all about
Like,
Hey Lover for
Oh
the
my
ladies.
God.
For the ladies.
That's so dope. I love
Mr.
that
Smith,
song. Are you fucking kidding me?
1996.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ, that
let's-
album was fire.
Bro, let's
Honey,
let's bring back the fucking 90s
listen,
R&B.
boys to men, come on.
90s R&B.
Listen,
It's
I'm
all
ready.
about it's all about
I'm
Usher
ready. Yes. Are
being
you kidding
fucking
me? I know.
I'm ready. That's a fucking Tevin Campbell record. I'm ready. You know I'm ready to love you.
Woo!
Forever.
Shit. See, that's what I'm saying. That's look. These are the mototherfuckers that raised me. What the fuck am I supposed to know?
I
It's
know.
implanted.
I know, but
You know,
Kelly,
and so and you know what?
I don't know
And
why it
that's
bugs
cool.
me so much.
No. You know what? Because I love you so much, and they did say it. And the greatest song that ever was written,
California Love.
California Love.
Yeah. No.
So you're right. I
But-
won't refer to it anymore like this. But like I
But
said,
it's not Cali Love. It's California Love.
right. That's what I said. So that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna endorse it. I'm gonna call it with a K now. We're gonna write it with a K.
No.
'Cause you know they don't know how to know
damn it.
C's and shit in the hood. They got K's. We got K's in the hood. But no.
As long as it's not 3Ks.
Right, of course, that's terrible. But anyways, well, California. Listen, I know. I just like speaking faster in shorter words.
Oh, I
And I don't mean to be
understand that, but
disrespectful,
you-
but it is California, and California is no joke.
It's
And you know what's so funny?
California.
I've never told my mom. I don't ever said Cali to my mom. I've always said, "Mom, it's California."
Yeah.
Right?
I've had to school some friends who are not originally from California.
But I didn't mean
too.
so much in the sense of like schooling them in the way you're supposed to say it. But I represent. I'm not. I represent. I understand the power of the name.
language.
And if this is what you want to
Language.
be respected by, I get it. And for me,
I don't know why it bugs me so much.
No,
It
no,
just
it's cool.
does.
I just think that
But it's kind of along the same lines.
Maybe
of like
that's what it is.
people who are from San Francisco hate it when you call it Frisco. They fucking hate that.
that's
And you
interesting.
and like I call it San Fran. If you want to like shorten it,
Oh.
I call it San
right.
Fran.
That's the problem now.
But-
Everything wants to be like we're trying to hyphenate so many
Totes.
things, right?
Totes.
No, my shit is ridic. Ridiculous.
FR.
Are you trying to beat me now?
IDK. IDK. OMG, bro.
What was the one
OMG.
that I see the other day? I think it was IBC.
What does that mean?
Fuck. There was one that I was just like, damn,
IBC.
I gotta. I don't know. Maybe I said it wrong.
I
but-
bang chicks.
Shit, I don't know. Maybe that motherfucker was crazy. No, but I was seeing some stuff and I was just like, man, this is too much. You guys, everything is gonna be like a stenographer.
Yeah. Yeah,
When you
because
look
that's
at, just to bring it full circle, the firm.
yep,
I'm like,
exactly.
once we start looking at
We
this
call them
shit,
court reporters, but yeah.
the shorthand of language
Shorthand. Yeah.
is what we've started to now really incorporate into
Yeah.
our society.
So it's funny. My roommate,
stenographer, you like that?
stenographer. Wow, taking it back. So my roommate, her kid, since I've done our last show, remember I told
tell
you,
me. Yeah.
I told you I was in 2 fantasy football leagues.
Oh yeah,
I think the week after we did the show,
correct. You lost week 1. Should we lose week 1 on that game? Or both? No.
I got into another fucking league.
Wow.
So I'm in 3 now.
Nasty.
But this league,
Is
and
better?
this is great. So there's only 4 of us. There's only 4 of us.
Ooh.
So we have 3 wide receivers, 3 running backs, 2 tight ends. But for whatever reason, we forgot to increase the bench number of players, which I think would have been better for us, but doesn't matter. It's fine. It's done now. But my roommate's kid he's gonna be 12 tomorrow. Oh, happy birthday, Eli.
Yeah, Eli.
So he Dude, where was I going with the story?
You were gonna probably say that you had a cool situation with this fantasy team that you were a part of, and maybe
what were we
something had
talking
to
about
do-
before that, though? Oh, fuck.
Man, we took a left turn
Yeah, we did.
somewhere. I thought you were
What were we talking about
you
before
were
that?
talking, no, I got you. You were talking about on how like you started out with 2 leagues and then
Yeah,
vicariously.
but before that, what were we
that
talking
was too
about?
much. Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
too
so look,
much
maybe I'm gonna keep
rewind.
talking and then you remember. So I did a cool league, right? That I took over this guy's league that I didn't even know that was a league, right?
Took it over?
Yeah. So like I get confused because they started saying my name in the like chat. I was like, oh shit, I'm totally the commissioner of this league.
Whoops.
Right. And so then I said, hey, because one person had said something specifically to me, like, would you want to start a league? And I was like, sounds dope. Let's go. And then all of a sudden, the whole chat was like, hey. So
Was it a late league, though? Was the
Yeah, it was
season
totally-
already started?
Yes. Well,
Yeah,
it
so we
wasn't-
were in the middle of I think, week 2.
right.
Because we drafted on a Sunday.
That's where we were at too. We were basically
So it's
like,
literally a week after we did our first show together.
right. So you ready more? I got you. Basically, so that draft that you had was similar to mine because you did your draft that Saturday, Sunday. We did our draft after the Sunday, so we kind of it fucked us up a little bit.
No, I did my first draft.
No, I'm talking about the third one.
Oh, the third one.
The third one you did after already week 1.
Yes.
Right,
We were in
so-
the middle of
Correct.
week 2.
Week 2, right.
Week 2, we started week 2 at 6 p.m. to
Right.
do our draft.
Right, exactly. So for me, I did it different because we was in Tuesdays of that past Sunday, and now we already knew what everybody scored,
The first week.
and we had to like empty the mind.
That was kind
to
of
go
what I did.
draft, based on that, which sucked.
Dude.
Because you're already thinking like this guy killed it.
Dude, yes. So I got Aaron Rodgers. I got Aaron Jones. So I got that
That
fucking
was, by the way,
handcuffed
that might
for
be the steal of the draft for you.
Right?
Because I want to say,
Right?
and I don't know if they're listening to me, but I looked up the math, and he was the one quarterback that I wanted badly, only because
he's doing so
strength of
good.
schedule.
He's
No,
doing so good
no,
though.
No. It's strength of schedule. If you look at Green Bay Packers, their strength of schedule right now, they're playing terrible teams. The fact that
That's
they have to
good.
play the fucking Minnesota Vikings, no offense, Minnesota, and the Lions, who
Mm-hmm.
can't fucking ever win a game. Cheers.
So
Yeah. And then who else is in that fucking weak ass conference?
is
But
it
they're
the
playing-
Lions?
No. Lions, Vikings, Green Bay Packers. Oh, the Bears. The Bears
The
actually might
Bears.
be a little bit more formidable now that they
I don't know,
decided
just
to-
because they beat Tom Brady.
No. The fact that they benched Mitch Trubisky. Because I was
Well, yeah, I mean Nick Foles fucking won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but I think Nick Foles, first of all, Nick
You
Foles
think he's all
has,
hype?
No. Nick Foles has a record for most touchdowns in a game, which is 6 or 7, if I'm not mistaken. So that to me shows
How
that
long ago was that made?
when he was on the Eagles with Andy Reid, so that was probably 2006, 7, maybe even 8. Back then.
That
When Michael
long
Vick had
ago?
just came out of jail. Yeah, because Michael Vick came out of prison for his dog shit. And then Tony Dungy vowed
Where are we at with the Yankee game,
I
bro?
don't know. Is it? Oh, they shut it down. Let me see. And I got you. Listen, at this point, like I said, I'm not a fan like that anymore. They won 2-1. We got this. It's
Oh,
over.
they're going up.
Oh no,
Please
wait.
beat Houston.
Oh,
did they lose?
Dang. Yep.
Tampa Bay.
It's okay. By the way,
I'm sorry,
speaking
man.
about Aroldis Chapman, I'm not a believer. I don't think the Yankees paid way
Really?
too much money on him. He's always again.
Why?
I need you to be calm.
Be calm.
Pitcher.
Oh, is he
He's not-
fiery?
He just doesn't. He always looks like he is in the wrong place at the wrong time. When I see his mannerisms and his demeanor, he's not Mariano Rivera, and they paid him a lot of money. And I don't think he really understands the difference between fastball and creating an illusion for off speed, which is what you got to do. So
Yeah.
basically, if I'm throwing to you to one section, I'm not going to throw to you again. So let's say my first pitch is fast inside low. Boom.
Four seam fastball.
Yes. Boom.
Okay.
My next pitch is going to be junk. Because I
Cutter.
want to see what you're going to swing at.
It's like a cutter.
Right. Cutter, changeup, curveball. I
Yeah.
want to go stupid. Splitter.
Slider.
Even a 2-seam fastball because a 2-seam has speed. But if he watched your 4-seamer and you went to the 2-seamer, he's probably going to hit a home run on that.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to try to go away, which is what I want to do, right? Like, so my next pitch is going to go inside because I want you to give me space because I'm
Mhm.
the pitcher. Fuck you. Back up.
Right.
And then I'm going to pitch you now. So that second pitch is going to be something that I want you to kind of extend for and do
Chase
some.
it.
Yeah. Most guys don't do it because it's outside. You can see it. It depends again, lefty, righty.
See, a lot of the Dodgers fucking chase. They used to anyway.
But
had a bad habit of chasing.
A lot of teams do because they chase the long ball, and a lot of these guys, back to what we were saying
They
earlier,
they see a fastball coming towards them, but it fucking curves.
they put a lot of pressure. This is the thing. If I was ever a batter, I would either pick one. Either I never swing at junk, or I only swing at fastballs. Excuse me, that's actually the wrong thing. Either I swing at junk or I don't swing at junk, which means either I swing for fastballs or I swing for off-speed stuff. The fact that you're trying to hit fastball all the time and then you want to fucking get creative and try to hit somebody's great pitch that he mastered over 10 years, no. Either try to hit 85 home run all the time or pick 99. That's gone. The moment it touches my bat, it's a wrap. So I think that for sure, because of the way the pitchers pitch now, it's better to probably be better at off-speed stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to throw you so much fastballs.
Can we just go back? Because we didn't get to talk about this because our
Tell me.
last show was before the playoffs even started.
Tell me, please.
But the wild card game, fucking Kershaw pitching against the Brewers.
So
Bro.
first of all, so I had again, I'm going to throw him another shout out. I don't know if he'll listen to this long because he's kind of a fucking bitch on the low for endurance in the podcast space.
Nice.
No, he's my friend. I love him. But he argued that the Brewers weren't even worthy for being in the playoffs.
That's all fine and well, but can we please just talk about the amazing performance that Kershaw had in the postseason?
So if my guy who watches baseball every day, who wakes up in the morning because he doesn't have the MLB network
Christian Yelich,
and watches, but he got punked. He did nothing. That's all you got on that team. That's not enough. Again, back to the Don Mattingly shit. If you have 8 other guys, I watched them. They weren't ready. And look, you could even argue 2 postseasons right now, games for Kershaw were phenomenal. But he played the Padres
because it was just a couple of days ago.
He got yoked. They hit 2 home runs on him. If they didn't pull him out.
Not in that. No, bro. They didn't even have any fucking hits in
the
that
Brewers
game.
series, he threw 14 Ks.
13.
Thank you. In the motherfucking Padres second game, he gave up 2 home runs. So what I'm saying is,
what, the 6th inning, 7th inning?
Nah, it was even earlier than that. It might have been 4.5 to 5. Yeah, they took him out. I don't think he went the distance. It was the Padres were knocking on the door a lot.
5, didn't he? Like 5
Maybe
or 6.
We'll call it even at 5.
Doesn't matter.
Right, 5
we
and 3.
won.
We'll go 100%. But what I'm saying is, if they left him in there, if he would have said, if they didn't understand
here's the
Kershaw,
thing.
the way
Dave
they know
Roberts
him now. Right,
has gotten better over the last 3 years and when to fucking pull his pitchers.
No.
You don't think he's gotten better?
No, Kershaw, he knows that Kershaw's fucking soft. How do I pay you $30 million for you to be my second game pitcher and I can't even get you out of the 6? That's embarrassing.
After the last series where he fucking pitched phenomenally? Come on, bro.
That's 1 year, and it was against the Brewers.
It's 1 year.
Kershaw,
What are you talking about? Come on.
How about this? I'll go to last year. Starting game pitcher for most of the series wasn't Kershaw. Like, think about this. Jared Cole is a starting pitcher. No, it was Ryu. Starting pitcher.
Oh, Ryu.
Yeah. Starting pitcher for the New York Yankees is Garrett Cole. We paid him $324 million. Guess who pitches game 1? Jared Cole. Guess who pitches game 4? Jared Cole. Guess who pitches all the fucking games? Jared Cole. Jared Cole is the number 2. It'd be embarrassing. He'd be like, what the fuck am I doing here? So now you got Kershaw and you're at number 2. You also made $300 million on your contract. So you're number 2, right? You made like fucking...
How many fucking playoff games has he gotten them to?
None.
Come on.
None. None.
What?
The meltdown that he did against the Nationals last year
in the playoffs,
was
yes,
ridiculous.
but how many has he gotten them
But
to?
I
Is what I'm saying.
I also think that it's unfair, right? Because look, you gotta think about all of this in the balance. That fucking division is fucking whack. The only time that it's anything is when San Francisco decides to wake up, and I'll say their whole fucking name, because Arizona fucking stinks. San Diego is just barely fucking scraping the surface. And Colorado just hits home runs because they're at the mile high.
Right.
No one else is in that building. So if anything, the Dodgers should have like 19 championships based on that theory.
Well, we've won the division 8 years in a row. I don't know if that means anything.
It means a
Maybe
little
9.
bit. It means a little bit, but it's almost like LeBron James. You've been to 10 finals. But you only won 2.5, right? This is gonna be, hopefully you could close this out. I hope
You
Jimmy
know
Butler
what? They're
doesn't
gonna
fuck
fucking
with you.
do it. You know why they're gonna do it?
They're
They're
gonna
gonna
totally
do it for
do it. They're up
Kobe.
3-1.
They're gonna do it for
Come
Kobe.
on. By the way, that's so silly.
Why?
That's so silly.
Why, bro?
Listen, I love it, but that has nothing to do with the relevance.
But that has to do with the legacy.
LeBron James.
it has to do with the 2020 legacy for sure.
I get all of that. Listen, I'm not saying that Kobe Bryant wasn't amazing. I'm just saying that LeBron James is not winning this championship based on on Kobe Bryant. LeBron James is winning this fucking shit because LeBron James is the greatest. He's been the greatest player for 15 years. And the fact that he gets no love because he's not Kobe Bryant, that's why I said it's not for Kobe. And it's for LeBron. And because he doesn't get no love to Michael Jordan, like when they talk about LeBron James comes third. LeBron James is the greatest fucking athlete I've ever seen, ever. LeBron James could play baseball. LeBron James could play football. LeBron James could play basketball. That motherfucker's like 6'10", like almost 380, all muscle. Are you fucking crazy? Look, Kobe Bryant was not that height. Neither was fucking Michael Jordan. Neither was most of, like, you could maybe argue the Yankees because Aaron Judge is like 6'6", but I'm talking about he's taller than him. LeBron James is taller than the
Shaq.
But Shaq, remember, Shaq is like a big house guy. He's not nimble like
No,
LeBron
absolutely not.
James. LeBron James is like if fucking Shaq, Jordan, and Kobe had a baby, it'd be LeBron James. Like this big motherfucker who in the air could go sideways and dunk it on your fucking ass. Like, that's what I'm saying. And it's...
I do feel like LeBron. I do feel like LeBron gets a lot of shit.
Yes,
and,
he does. That's why I'm ripping my guy.
And he's
I love Kobe.
And he's not a fucking thug. He's not.
Right. First of all, can I
he's a
tell you
good
this?
dude. He's a good dude.
You were... I love you, LeBron James. But life was good at 16.
You too, LeBron.
Was good at 16. You
Yeah.
got $1 million contract at 18 years old.
He's gonna have a longer career than Kobe for sure.
I don't know about that.
You don't think so? He's too big. Yeah.
Right. And he
It's
just
gonna
started to
exhaust
change
him.
his position.
It's exhausting.
Right. Yes. Kobe Bryant was
It's
a
a lot
shooter.
of games.
So this is the thing. Kobe figured out way sooner off the LeBron cheat code. I mean, excuse me, off the Michael Jordan cheat code where you
Right.
can bang with centers. Like, you could argue that Kobe Bryant was the beginning of Golden State, where he realized I need to shoot from the perimeter and not take body contact because there's no science to keep my body up against the contact.
Mhm.
If I never get touched and all I do is
Shoot
fucking
threes. Shoot buckets.
I'm killing.
Right.
I don't have to worry about
Not
my
getting
ankle.
touched.
I got to get in the ice bath. I don't get to get the rehab. So imagine how many more fucking games am I playing? So the one who took it to the next level was Stephen Curry. I'm never getting touched.
Right.
That's crazy. Michael Jordan didn't have that fucking liberty. Michael Jordan got fucked up in the center because he didn't know. His greatest thing
But
was
he
going
was
in the
doing- he
lane
was doing
and doing
layups.
layups
Doing
because that's where they
layups.
were at.
Right.
But because of the science, that's why there's so many air balls in the NBA now, because they figured out there's no points in the paint. We shoot threes all day. Even if we
Yeah.
go 50%, we still win the game. Type of shit. Or it's actually, let me get it better. If we go 70%, we win all the games. Because to be a great shooter in the NBA is like 65%. Excuse me, that's actually wrong. To be a good shooter, it's lower. To be a good shooter in the NBA, you have to be over 47%. They're above baseball. And football has the highest. Because to be amazing in the NFL as a QB, you got to be above 65%.
As a QB.
Correct. Right? These are all the guys that are in charge, right? Like when you're
Right.
thinking about situations and winning, right? So I think it would be like, let's say the point guard in basketball, right? Which you can argue LeBron James is that. But the main scorer has to, when he takes his shot,
Right.
has to be able to win above 40%. In baseball, if you're the guy taking the shot, you have to only be above 30. If you're the guy,
No, like I think it's I would argue it's 25, like a 250.
no,
the 250
250, you're
BAs.
good.
Yeah.
300, you're fucking going to the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So if you shoot above 47% in the NBA, Hall of Fame.
Okay.
If you do your shit at QB above 65%,
Mm-hmm.
Hall of Fame. Those numbers seem crazy because the baseball guy has it at 300.
But
The football guy has it. I mean, the basketball guy has it about 45
Okay.
and change.
well,
The football guy has it higher because you almost have to be at 70%
success rate to be a legend.
And I think, again, going back to when we talk about full contact sport,
Right.
baseball is smaller.
So you're saying
Basketball.
that's less required.
Basketball.
That makes
not-
sense.
There's
a little
contact.
bit more friction.
There's contact.
Yeah, that's cool.
There's not a whole
But
lot
you
of
know,
contact.
isn't
There's not
that
like
weird?
slamming
Don't you
contact.
think that it would be the opposite? The more contact I got, it would be easier.
You would think,
Right?
but
Because I know you're
but
smart.
if we're
What do you
talking
think?
about like a technical game,
Tell me. So it would be better that
the
you evaluated the
technicality-
softer guys would be the lighter statistic.
I don't want to call the softer guys. What I want to call it is more of a thinking man's game. Like
Sure.
there's
That's
not
fair.
a whole
That's
lot
fair.
of thought that goes into
Right.
football. I mean, maybe on the quarterback's part, but there's not a whole lot of thought. It's more about like English. It's more about like seeing the future, right? Whereas basketball, it's a little like that too, but it's also, you
Right.
know, a
It's
little more
analytical.
contact.
Yeah.
But with baseball, it's like, all right,
Because the motherfuckers sit down and shit.
it's literally about hand-eye coordination.
Right. It's one thing, and that's all you're gonna
Yeah.
get evaluated.
So you
on.
got to focus on.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense because there's a lot more. But it's weird to me because, like I said, I guess, you could argue that baseball is more of a singularity kind of concept where it's like
Yeah.
a hand-eye
It's more
coordination.
stats.
Where it's just a thing. Because to be
It's
basketball,
more individualized.
you gotta have
stats, is what I
hand-eye
should say.
coordination. I would think the harder sports would be easier. Like I said, that
The
sounds
hardest,
crazy.
it does seem to
It's like
beg the
opposite.
question that like
Yeah,
the
right?
lower
Like they're already setting
percentages
a lower, yeah,
because there's so much more to contend with.
right.
But I feel like
You think that's okay? You like that? You like the
I
way they
f-
evaluate
I feel
it?
like, I mean, if it's I don't know.
No, it's crazy.
I don't know what I feel like.
Right?
I feel like I might have drank too much today. Actually, what we need to do is you need to hurry up and finish your drink so that we can share this one. Yeah. How did we get back onto sports? You know what we need to do? We need to bring it back. We need to rein it back in. I wish we could take calls, bro. I wish we could take calls because then we can hear what the audience wanted to talk about and what they're interested in. Because I feel like audience interaction and feedback is very important to a show, and it's very important to help a show evolve and grow in terms of what content is offered. I feel like if we could like take a poll, if we could take a live show poll.
By the way, I was gonna step our game up to there, but I knew we were gonna get wrecked. I was about to do IG live on this motherfucker.
Oh, I don't know if we should do
right,
that.
right. No kidding. That's what I said. I was like, "There's no way." That's what I
Oh,
said.
man.
How is this fucking dude smoking pot on YouTube? And
Joe
fucking-
Rogan?
Because, bro, we're like. That's why I said, fuck that shit. As a little baby, I'm going to push the envelope. So when I get big, you push the envelope
Right.
more.
Sure.
Because it's the
Sure.
same thing. How the fuck are you posting this shit on YouTube? Like, think about this. When you talk about Cali life, I was...
California life, you mean?
Sorry, you're right. I fucked up. California
Drink
life...
a cider.
I am. California life is so different. That's probably
Then
why
what?
we say that.
Then what?
Than the New York shit. Because
Okay.
there's a limitation for us. I think here
Isn't
there's
it
so
a
much
little
more
bit
freedom.
slower
Like, excuse
here?
me, Freeman. There's freedom. I don't care about slow. I care about.
I feel
thought.
like it might be a little more slow here.
listen.
Like I don't mean like in terms of like actually living, but I mean in terms of like
No, but listen.
attitude.
No, forget about that.
No.
As a thinker, which I would try to classify myself as this. Nothing. So I'll will it back a little bit.
Okay.
I just had my friend on, and we talked about when we were kids, we'd have like $10, right? So like,
Is he from New York?
yeah.
Okay.
This is a New York story, right?
Okay.
We're in New York. $10. We're about 18,
Mhm.
and we're like, okay, cool. We want girls, we want weed, we want liquor. How are we gonna do this with $10? Right?
So wait, $10 each or $10 total
Total.
between the two of you? So 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stories that I couldn't even tell you on air that came out of those fucking $10 because we were dealt less. That when I think about California,
See-
there's so much more and it's more bountiful that we were already on an island in the sense of thinking.
Wait,
Because back home,
but you're literally on a peninsula out there.
hold on, forget about the geographic shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
what I was saying is on an island where like no one believes us. They're like, you got $10, you should go home. No one's gonna fucking do anything. And we were so delusional. They're like, bro, we got $10. Like this is gonna get, and we would fucking get ridiculously creative. Maybe those $10 would leverage into like hanging out with some guy and buying him beer. And then now he has more money than all of us had. But because we got him a couple of beers, now we're on his bandwagon. And so now he knows these other girls, and now these other girls are gonna hang out with us. And then you know what? Check it out, because we bought him his first round of beers for $10. Let's say. Now we're at
That's like a
this
St.
full fucking
Ides.
party, and he's like, "Dude, these guys are my guys. I just showed up. I didn't even know they bought me. They bought me my first beer. We imagine two dudes bought one guy one beer, and it changed his life.
Wow.
Right? That's where we was at.
That's
And
like a John Hughes film.
that-
It's like an urban John Hughes
My
film.
love, this is where we were at. And so what I'm saying is, it was the sense of thinking. So when I come out to California, and sure, I totally agree with what you were saying. It's a little slower, but in the sense of where I was at, they told you to go home with $10. Here, you can say I have $12, and someone will say, you know what? That's gonna be the greatest idea ever. I'm gonna buy some beers. Let's go into my garage, and we're gonna fucking build this fucking tech stuff, and we're gonna be billionaires. And that's what happens. That shit doesn't happen.
We're gonna start a
in New
fucking
York.
library in our
Yeah.
garage.
Listen,
Amazon.
that doesn't happen. Yeah, listen. There's a reason why Bill Gates, fucking Steve Jobs,
Jeff Bezos.
they didn't start in the Bronx. They didn't start in New York. They didn't start in Manhattan. That's
They started in garages.
the garages. Don't go. You ready? Let's go. I'm gonna slam it. Go ahead. Let's do it. Wait. So we start some first.
It's so spicy.
Is it really?
No, yours.
No,
No,
I'm cool.
this is actually all the good hop names were taken. This is the hard cider with hops.
That's a great name. I like that.
All the good hop names
Yeah,
were
all
taken.
the good hop names are taken. Oh, you did good. Yeah, you did good. All right. So, fuck. I want to go. I want to go get a cigarette now. Till you got me all fucking lit up and everything. But no. Before we do, we actually gonna do that.
I'm
What I
not
wanna
gonna.
tell you
I'm
is
not
this-
gonna smoke a cigarette. I don't smoke cigarettes anymore.
No, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. Take a break real quick. What I was gonna say was, me and my friend.
In New York.
Yes, we were very positive in a very negative environment where people didn't really believe that things were possible in a small spectrum. When you come into
You did the impossible.
in California, that's normal. And I didn't really listen. I'm telling you, for me, because you're here, so you're like bocinas. I would call them like your ears.
My
or-
outlook.
yeah, is different for me because I was in the concrete jungle, the urban legend, and I was dealt with like minuscule stuff, but I still made it happen. And I'm not saying that people don't deal with less and create more, but when I seen here, I said, "Oh shit, you start with so much more." So like, if you had to make it into sense, I would say, "Hey, the $20 would be out here." You know how many motherfuckers I was down? Like, if I went to a fucking OB, this is just San Diego. There was nowhere where we took $10 and we were able to buy weed, liquor, chicks, and all this shit. We had to be creative. I could go to motherfucking OB with $20. I could get weed. I could probably buy chips. I could do all this other stuff and have like an amazing time. And I'm not saying that you have the wealth of the food situation back east, but there was something a little bit more different in the Cali life because I even seen it in LA. I was like, oh shit. There's just people believe a little bit more in magic.
Here,
Yes.
it's Hollywood.
Yes, I think that's what it is. The Disneyland. Like, so my
Well,
rodent was rat,
Your rodent was rat.
right? My rodent in California was hummingbird. So what the
That's not a rodent. That's a bird.
I know.
The rodent in California is hamster.
No, the rodent to me was fucking hummingbird because I never seen any. Like I seen rats all day, right? Then I go to California, I'm like, what? Are all these hummingbirds coming at me for? Right?
Why are
Like,
they flying so fast?
yeah, I was like, what's wrong with their wings?
It's fucking birds on
Yeah.
fucking meth.
And then and then I was like, shit, I got pigeons, and pigeons are cooler than this. What the fuck is wrong with these
Pigeons
pigeons?
are just rats with wings.
Yes, and that's exactly what you just fucking said. What I needed to say. And so they were my rodents. I was like, what's wrong with these fucking things that are going at me? And so all I'm
So-
saying is, it's weird when you think about different things and how it's perceived. I just
Yeah.
think here, People are more forthright and trying some shit they'll never try.
Maybe.
In New York,
Maybe that's
they're
true.
very traditional.
Well, I think
and
New
they
York-
won't take a shot.
No, I think New York is, there's so many different cultures in New York because it's probably a much bigger melting pot than it is in LA because there's so many people, so many different
me,
kinds of people in such a
It always
small
is like poor and
space,
rich.
bro.
Poor and rich.
Well, yeah,
I love
but,
when everybody
but-
tries to get with colors
Sure.
and denominations and all this other shit. I'm like, no, check this out. Who has money
Yeah,
and who
no,
doesn't
you're
have
right.
money? That's
No,
what
you're
really
right.
matters.
You're
Like,
right.
let's stop the bullshit.
But
And
at the
so-
same time, people of color are the very small percentage of people who have money.
I'm not.
This-
I'm not saying that. Listen, first of all, like I said, it has. That's why I have to break it down like that. Listen. There's a lot of motherfuckers with color. They got a lot of fucking
But I
money. You
feel
just
like
don't know them.
I feel like you probably grew up in a neighborhood of. Let me put it to you this way.
no, I get you.
I'm from Bakersfield,
right,
which
I
is
know.
a very red county in California. Now, granted, like
By the way,
California.
because you're Bakersfield, right? The first thing I'm talking about, this would be great. So look, you know. By the way, do you know Dustin Marion and Diane Medina both are the same letters,
yeah, DM.
right?
DM.
I always love the DM stuff. And then we go to
DM me.
Bakersfield.
Slide into my DMs.
Ooh, it's nasty. In Bakersfield and the Bronx. So we're very, very similar.
A little
So-
B.
Right,
A
right.
little B.
So for me, as you try to break it down, I whatever the Bronx could have been is not just the Bronx because it's Brooklyn, Queens, New York.
Yeah. Well,
mean,
there's the
excuse me, I know New York-
boroughs.
Right. So that had to do add all that. Same thing for you. It's not just Bakersfield, right?
No, it's Oildale, it's
Anaheim,
Rosedale,
it's fucking Long
No,
Beach.
that's LA.
No,
that's
but I'm
LA,
saying
Orange
I
County.
could keep. I don't know
Sure.
that many
Sure. But
geographical areas.
in Bakersfield, because Bakersfield is
because
actually
I
a
think
very
that's far.
pretty.
Like if I hear Bakersfield, I'm like, motherfuckers, are we
It's-
tipping cows or what?
yes.
All right.
Yes,
Right.
we are.
Well,
But
there's
at the
no
same
tipping cows in
time,
the Bronx,
at
bro.
the same time, in Bakersfield, it is a very it's suburban, but it's also rural because it's surrounded by farmland and dairyland.
Right. We don't have
But-
that shit.
Yeah, so that's why you're urban and suburban to a degree.
Right. That's what. See that was good. I like that one because it was almost to the different definitions of.
I completely forgot where I was going with this. I know that I was trying to
I'm getting
explain
you
like
fucked up real
I know
good.
I know
like
I
it.
was explaining to you
'Cause
like
I'm like excited that I've been able to keep up with most of these conversations because I'm just as lit as you are. By the way,
how many shots of vodka have we had?
it's 3 each, and we drink all the ciders, and we're running out of cider.
Portuguese
and we
Bend
smoke the
Distilling.
weed. And yeah, come on.
Go to PortugueseBendDistilling.com.
By the way, what a dope fucking name, Portuguese Distilling. I love it.
Portuguese Bend.
Oh, excuse me, Portuguese Bend Distilling. Even
Yeah,
that's even
Bend.
better. The word Portuguese is fucked up because it just says all these great things to you. It's like some E's and some S's and some U's. It's like Portuguese.
The U. The U is what throws
Right?
everybody
Yeah, because
off,
fuck, I'm like
bro.
trying to spell that shit. I'm like, God damn it, motherfuckers! I love you so much, D.
I love you too.
Thank you so much for putting us on, and we won't tell anybody. But hackers, God bless you, motherfuckers, for letting the MOB be watched. In the different ways we can watch
Hey, man.
y'all. Fuck that. I am for the common Joe all day. Hackers unite.
So let's make some predictions. So we've got
Okay, cool. Okay,
we've
cool.
got
This
Atlanta.
thing,
We've got Atlanta and
we'll
Los
get on with
Angeles.
this. By the way,
What?
as this shit is happening, the Yankees got bumped by the Rays. So now I'm gonna tell you. Now we have 4 teams.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me that.
Well, I certainly don't want the fucking Astros to go to the dance. I
They're
don't
gonna
want.
go.
I don't want.
They're gonna
I
go,
don't
bro.
want the Astros to
They're
go to the
gonna go.
dance. I feel like I'm a bad baseball watcher because I really don't understand the threat of Atlanta to the extent that I probably should understand it because I don't watch East Coast baseball, so I don't know who their players
Remember what I
are.
was telling you earlier on the show? You can't talk shit. The building.
That's
See,
why
that-
I'm
'cause
not
a
gonna
debater.
talk shit.
No. Dude, first of all, you're the sweetest, most amazing person in the sense of like passionate fan. But like, hey, I don't know, so I won't say.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
wanna-
the
I don't
guy
wanna
that's
have an
like,
opinion.
fuck your team, your shit sucks. So I gotta know about those fuckers so that I
Sure.
can argue with these guys.
Right.
So my shit is a little different.
Yeah.
And again, back to my guy Emmanuel, who didn't make it to probably hour 3 listening to this, but fuck you, bro. This is the same thing. Atlanta has a guy named Freddie Freeman. Freddie Freeman is unbelievable.
Okay.
They also have another guy named Acuna Jr.
I know
Acuna, did you see that?
Acuna.
I could be saying it wrong. You could be saying it right. I have an accent. You don't.
Start with an R.
No, it starts with an A.
No. I know Acuna. His first name is it Ronald? But it was his
Yeah,
first
I
name.
think it might be. You're right.
Ronald
right.
Acuna.
It could be. It could be. I'm not even going to go on a limb on this.
So I've
But I'm gonna
heard of
say-
him. I just don't know like what he can
I
do.
think the Braves are fucking intense. I also could say, too, that the Braves spanked 2 whack booties in the National League because there wasn't that much.
Well, again, remember
The
Dodgers.
Marlins are not a real threat.
Dodgers had the best. Well, they swept the Marlins.
Right, that's
first
what
of
I'm
all.
saying. And then both teams have swept both teams, right? Because they both played 2 teams each. And I think
Right.
the Atlanta Braves swept the first team in the first round.
Who was that?
I don't remember. And then they swept the second team in the second
is the
round, and the
Marlins.
Dodgers did the same. They
Yeah.
swept the first team in the first
and
round.
second, yeah.
So these 2 teams are like,
So
we're really
on
good.
5-5. We're on 5-5. I feel like the Braves have the second best record in the National
It
League.
could be. It could be. I think that they're.
I don't think they hit 40 wins though.
Yeah, that could be a thing. I don't
I
know.
think we
The
ended- I
Braves
think we
have
ended
been
with
hot though. The
41.
Braves have been hot. Acuna, he's just been whatever. My man has just been hot. Freddie Freeman's hot. I love the coaching staff.
What
I love the
position do
pitching
they
cast.
both play? Do you know?
I think Freddie Freeman, based on if I had to guess, he's either a first baseman or a second baseman. But if I had to bet my lunch, I would say he's a first baseman. Just not that I know, but if I had to guess, and then
Acuna,
shortstop.
shortstop.
Because the most dynamic player in the whole entire 9 positions is the shortstop, or the third baseman, or the second center fielder. Outside of that, there's really not the. Remember, think about this: the catches and plays that the shortstop has to create are intense.
Sure.
Like
They're going to get the most action.
right. So the center fielder, he might be dope, but a lot of the stuff like
He's
when you
usually
hit
the captain of the team
as
too.
a righty, the way the ball sprays, we're hitting left.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have to have a good
Yeah.
third baseman and have to have a second baseman. I mean,
It's
excuse
so
me, a
funny.
shortstop.
It's so funny. I was in a co-ed softball league for a couple of years, and I remember complaining. Like my stepdad he's a huge Reds fan, and I remember complaining one year to my stepdad. I was like, every time I hit the ball, like I just hit it like straight up, like towards second base, like over second base. Like normally, like I can reach first because I'm super slow running. And he's like, that's where you want to hit it. And I was like, what? He goes, well, you're a right-hander. Everybody expects you to hit to left field.
Correct.
So if you're hitting up the middle,
Yep.
you're doing something right. I
By
was
the
like,
way-
what?
I've never understood why the shift hasn't been designed to be up the middle. So you have shift right,
Yeah.
shift left, but no one does shift center. Because the one play he's gonna go is right up the gut. Like that's the best play. The best thing I want to do as a hitter is I want to hit
Sure.
the fuck out of the pitcher, pop, and then it goes right up the fucking
Yeah.
line, and no one
And I
catches
would
it
do that all the
because
time.
shortstop can't get it and the second baseman can't get it because based the way they play,
Yeah.
it's the only like the best place to hit a ball is straight, which is weird.
It's so weird. Like I feel like I was never really like coached on how to hit a ball,
That's what I'm saying.
but
man.
that's where I would hit
That's what
it.
I'm
Like
telling you.
I just didn't.
coaching.
I didn't know where to hit
Right.
it. And then when I realized, oh, that's a really good place where I'm hitting it. Like
That's why
Oh,
when you
fuck.
see the guy
Okay.
go like this, and y'all can't see it, but I'll try to explain it. When you see the guy take a righty swing and pops it, let's say that it hits the ground, it's automatically going to the third baseman. So my
I've
opportunity
never
is
hit it to a third baseman.
I gotta run as fast as I can so that hopefully he bobbles it or misdirects it in some kind of way that I could outbeat his throw.
yeah.
Because this is gonna sound weird because I've played a lot of fucking games. I don't like righties. I want a lefty
Pitcher.
hitter.
Oh, hitter.
If the game is designed for the righties to hit to the right guy, whether it be the third baseman
That's
or the
why we have a
shortstop,
shortstop and not a mid stop between first and second.
not only that, the first baseman is usually the weakest fielder on the team.
Really?
Yeah, because he's a big guy. Probably gonna play first because it's easy.
Oh, Cody Bellinger plays first and center.
But when you're kind of like a slash, it's different. So normally, like for example, Big Papi's a first baseman,
Because
right?
he's slow.
Right. So
so you'd be slower at
Rizzo.
first
Usually
base.
catchers go right. Like you're not so athletic, right? Like
Right.
I need a Machado and I'll say it, fucking an Alex Rodriguez at third base that's gonna
Okay.
fucking have range,
Yeah.
right? Like to be the second.
I've always usually
all
been
you
a
do
second
as a
baseman.
First baseman, you're
I've
like
usually been a second baseman.
right. So first baseman is like this all day. He's not really. He'll pick it up, but the first baseman to the pitcher correlation is a little different. Everything's going left, right? So the third baseman and the shortstop are always involved in most of the plays.
If there's right-handed pitchers for the most part.
Right. So now they
if you have a lineup full of lefties.
If it's probably higher than 70% of all batters in the major leagues are righties.
I'm sure.
It's probably higher. Right. So if all that action is there, we could put somebody that's not that good in catching the ball in the sense of like all crazy. You put them right there.
It's crazy. Like I've known people who've shown a propensity for being left-handed, and their parents have like forced them to be right-handed.
It's because it's that old school thinking.
That's weird.
Yeah,
It's not fair to the kid.
I subscribe in the greatest thing in the whole wide world. Lefties.
Be yourself.
No, fuck that. Lefties are geniuses.
I don't know about that.
Listen, they have something different because, first of all, I think if you're a righty, right? I forget what part of your brain talks left to right, but if you're righty, I think it's left to right. If you're lefty, it's right to left talking, right? In the cerebral perspective. So for me,
I feel like left-handers might be more advanced in math.
They're advanced in a lot of things. Like they're challenging a whole other side of their brain path.
Yeah.
Because they're constantly like, I try to be ambidextrous on everything. As a bartender, I think that I'm a better lefty than righty. As a bartender, I'm a righty.
What does that mean though?
That
do you pour with your left or you hold with your left?
Pour with the left.
Pour with the left.
Right. So that you change it because you're supposed to pour with your right.
Oh, okay, you mean this way. Okay.
No.
Okay.
You're doing it. We're doing opposite.
I was doing draft. You're doing like drinks.
No. Oh, same thing. So if I'm a whatchamacallit, if I'm a lefty, if I'm a righty, I can control the pint glass. So doing this is easy.
Sure.
Doing this is difficult because now I gotta have.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
This control.
Yeah, you gotta have that dexterous movement.
If you're not lefty, you don't have that. So it's easy to pull the handle. Right. As a righty, bro, I could fucking give you a 4-leaf closer.
So you're not having 6 inches of fucking head on the beer.
I never thought like that. I thought about whatever was faster.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna tell you right now, I'd probably go right. But if I was going bananas, I would open both handles, put beers on the both of them, and pour and then take it and slam it.
B-A-N-A-N-S.
And then just go bananas and just be the thing. But that's because I don't see things like that. Because I automatically understand that lefties create another hemisphere in your mind that creates more interest and engagement. So, for example, bringing it back, and I was going to say this earlier, which is why I think the Dodgers are dynamic. They have a lot of lefty hitters.
Yeah.
All pitchers are righties.
Seager.
All pitchers are righties.
Bellinger.
Max Muncy.
Kershaw's a lefty.
Yeah. No, but that's where you fuck up, motherfuckers. First of all, Kershaw is one of the few lefties.
I love you, Kershaw.
He's one of the few lefties. And you know why he's dominant?
Because
he plays
amazing.
right-handed players who
He's
have never seen lefty junk.
Okay.
It's all based on that. Remember,
I can get on board with that.
Right. So, like, as a lefty, the reason why I like lefty hitters is because if all the pitchers are righty, so the way the ball comes, right, it comes down like this as a lefty. As a righty, if you're a righty, it comes over here.
Right.
That's a little different.
Sure.
Because now I got to gauge so much more. I feel like I have a less of a screenshot to go that way. I feel like this way, as a lefty, I see the whole progression of the ball all the way down. As a righty, I miss that snapshot as from righty to lefty. Trust me, one of my favorite guys, and everybody was going to talk shit about me, but that's why I think Bryce Harper is one of the greatest hitters purely because he's a lefty. He sees what the righties. If 80% of the guys,
I hate that guy.
A lot of people do, but I still think he's an animal. He's still an animal. He's gonna hit you.
Every time he came to Petco Park,
I watched him
last season.
I went every time.
I booed him every single time. And every single time I booed him, he fucking got a hit. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's dope.
He's a beast.
And you know what I like about him?
He's a beast.
This is why they need to put the National League to DH.
He's with the Phillies, right?
Yeah.
Because he was with the Washington
I've
Nationals.
seen him watch, like, he's so talented, like, the ball will hit the wall, and then he'll go, I gotta catch that. He'll catch it. And then
he doesn't hustle.
No.
He doesn't. He's like Barry Bonds. He's like Barry Bonds.
Because they shouldn't, because the National League needs to go to DHs. If I'm
They
the
are
best hitter,
now.
1 year, we'll see what MLB does with this. We'll see what MLB does with this. I think that MLB, in my opinion, the MLB.
You think they're gonna go back?
Yeah.
No.
First of all, MLB should take a snapshot of this, make it 80 games, do 40 away, 40 home, and fucking shorten the season. Fuck 160.
What if we do it democratically, and what if we say we leave it up to the team to decide whether or not they're going to play with the DH, whichever game they want to play?
No, because this is the thing. It's totally unfair. So
Why?
Conditionally, right? I have trained National League pitchers to be hitters. I have trained American League pitchers to never
To
hit.
pitch.
To never hit.
To pitch.
Right. That's not fair.
Dude,
That's not fair.
when
That's a totally different.
well, that's what I'm saying is
and
you
then now
no no
we go to
no
the-
no no no. That's what I'm saying is like you leave it open for both leagues to decide whether or not
Sure,
they want
so-
to. So
okay,
then they
but
have
we
the
gotta come up with it.
option, right?
There's no way the American League doesn't say DH, and there's no way
Ever?
it has to be this way. They're not built. You have pitchers that go to National League games.
Ryu went to the American League from the National League, and he could hit.
But the thing is,
Kershaw.
that's not listen,
Kershaw
yes, there are
Could
small
can
guys, but
fucking
when
hit.
less
bro.
than 10% of pitchers are successful hitters. You only hit every
Because they're
5
focusing
days.
on what they
Pitching.
need to be doing.
Yes,
But if they take BP, if they take pride in taking BP,
It would never.
I feel like, but
it would
but,
never.
But from them going from National League
But
to
you
the
have to think
American
about
League,
this. You're talking about BP. I'm talking about learned behavior. Like, you ever move something in your house, and then you got to go back to that same place?
what do you mean?
Like,
I
let's say you
understand.
turn your furniture around.
Yeah.
And then, like, your end table was on a different side, but you keep going back to the other side it used to be.
Well,
It's the same kind of
It's,
thing.
it's a learned behavior, but it can
But
be it can
Not
be
20 years worth. The way they teach pitchers,
not
is that
20
the
years
pitchers-
worth in terms of
No,
but,
wait.
but no pitcher is going to be pitching in the fucking league for 20
in
years.
the minors, it's all National League rules. I don't even think the pitchers hit.
It's all National League rules, so then they
Excuse
do
me.
hit.
It might be that they're all American League rules where they don't hit. That would be something. But I know from the fact that I've talked to the
Sure,
cats.
if they're a American League.
What I'm saying is, as you're
farm
getting
team, right?
conditioned, it's all like repetition. So a guy who's been batting for like 300 cycles, there's no way that I can't take advantage of the pitchers who only had 10 cycles. Right? Like, there's a muscle memory. Like, what Cody Bellinger did in that home run, a pitcher would never get close to. Like, Papelbon has been a successful,
Fuck Papelbon.
but he's been a successful hitter, which is very hard to say.
Fuck that guy.
Baumgartner has been a successful hitter.
Yes, he
Who's gonna
has.
say?
And I hate that guy too. But
Kershaw has been a good hitter
Yes.
in certain situations, but that's like 3 or 4 guys. So, like, if you're telling me the whole consensus and only 3 could do it, first of all, think about this. This is another reason why, and we'll
But
pull it full circle
Papelbon
because
was
we had
in
a baseball
American
person.
League. Bumgarner was in National League. Kershaw's in
Right.
National League. I
So,
don't
but-
think it
but-
matters what the league is.
No.
Do
so-
you?
Yes, because of this. It has nothing to do with leagues. It has to do with this. Bringing it back to what we were saying earlier, and then we'll walk it back. We got a couple more. But when you're doing it for that long of a time, it just makes it much more easier to take advantage of. So, like, for as a hitter, if you're getting you have to get like it's weird. It's almost like you got to get like what's the word? Like field time. You have to see so many so many pitchers over so many times and understand the psychology of hitting. You can't, if your whole job is just pitching, it's going to be really hard for you to do both. Like that was shit that they did in Babe Ruth's time. Babe Ruth was a fucking thrower and a hitter. That doesn't happen anymore because they understand, like, hey, we got to separate the genre a little bit to figure out.
I don't think
how-
you necessarily need to separate it, though. Here's my thought.
Listen, the
is
guy
that-
from the fucking Anaheim Angels is a pitcher and a hitter. And you know what they told him? Keep hitting.
Here's-
The Japanese kid.
Here's the thing. I feel like they want you to focus on one thing to be good at one thing. They want you to monopolize that one thing. But why can't you diversify your portfolio?
You totally
why
can.
can't you?
But the thing is, so did you ever see
Why
Moneyball?
can't you be
ever see
more
Moneyball?
valuable?
You ever
Of
see
course, I
Moneyball?
have. Yes.
So if you see Moneyball, you should know. Those fogies won't let it happen. Those guys, listen, the moment that dude from Oakland was like, home runs don't mean anything. What we need to start looking at is how this guy gets on base and wasn't laughed out and wasn't joked out. And the A's have put productive teams based on that shit. And so many fucking teams have taken that Moneyball thing. When they look at it now, they don't understand how it goes. But we're talking about pitchers. I'm saying that when it comes to hitters, you're basically just trying to say, hey, get this guy on base. When it comes to pitchers, for you to have to say, hey, let's just get this guy on base and strike out 9 and do 6 innings, bro, you're like Deion Sanders. You're like Bo Jackson.
So you want him to focus on different things. But here's my thought on pitchers is that if you understand the mechanics and the physics of pitching and you can master that on one side, why can't you master seeing pitches
So I'm gonna tell you,
and taking it the other way?
I'll see you and I'll raise you. Why are there not more effective hitters as catchers? Just not the same. You know how hard it is.
I feel like there have been
but they're considered greats. Like every guy who excels at the catcher's
Mike
position,
Piazza.
right? Of course. There's been tons, and I can't really
Paul
think of
Duca.
any. But those are greats. Like when you think about every other catcher underneath that, it's
AJ Ellis. I'm naming all Dodger fucking pitchers or catchers.
It's okay. You could name all the catchers you want. I can name.
But those
Gary
are the ones that I
Sanchez.
know.
Right.
Mike Scioscia.
Right, but what I'm saying to you is those still are anomalies in the game because most catchers suck at hitting. They mostly do. Even George Posada, who was a beast.
Hold on. Let me pause you for a second.
Yeah.
Pause you for a second. So last night, Will Smith
He's another dude who's
broke
amazing.
a record
He's
of
amazing.
5 fucking
amazing.
hits in a playoff game.
That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't want to gush about the Dodgers, but the Dodgers, like I told you earlier in the conversation, position by position, they have the best players in the league. Like me and Tabitha have this weird joke about Will Smith. And there's nothing bad.
Because he's got a baby face.
Baby face. Yeah. It's like, who the fuck let this motherfucker in the building? He's 12.
It's so funny when he plays it in Dodger Stadium.
12.
His walk-up song is The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah,
I
it should
fucking
be.
love it.
Yeah, it should be because it's like, bro, you look like you. Where's your mom? You do not.
How did you get
don't
in
have
here?
facial hair. How are you? Huh? And that's why I said.
She told me that last time. She's like, he's got a real baby face.
Yeah, and that's why I said from like the Dodgers position, I'm still confused where all their money's tied up in.
Matt Kemp.
Listen, they got a bunch. They got a bunch of no-name motherfuckers who are a problem. The only non-name motherfuckers, Mookie Betts, who I say right now is the greatest player in baseball. Outside of that, everyone else, you don't know who the fuck they are. You have no idea. Okay, you might give me Cody Bellinger. You might give me Jock Peterson. That's all you got.
Kike. Chris Taylor.
Nobody knows. The average Joe does not know that kid. I'm a
You
fucking
don't think
junkie.
so?
Facts. No,
He's like in the middle of the lineup for fucking home runs, bro.
I get you, but because it's LA,
Everybody thinks his name is Kike. That's why.
Well, could be that. But I'm telling you right now, it's because everybody's so fucking self-indulged in their own bullshit that it's whatever where they're from. I think that the Dodgers have gotten this weird like
AJ Pollock.
love-hate situation that they're good, but you don't want to say it.
They're good.
I am not that person.
Here's the thing.
I'm a big baseball fan, and I'm like, no, this is the best team in baseball, position by position.
See,
like the
I'm a
fact
fan.
that Ryu last year, that guy was a fucking nobody. He dominated baseball. He was like an MVP candidate at pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Where's that guy today? I don't know. But
It's in
what I was
Toronto.
gonna say, it doesn't matter. In the Dodgers organization, it was phenomenal. And the Dodgers organization, you could say whatever you want. I'm a Yankees guy.
We pay him.
The Yankees organization is the same shit. You don't even know.
They
want to
buy. They want to buy
They
championships.
win. No, but it's not about buying championships.
No, it is though. It is though.
No.
The Dodgers have been wanting to buy a
Yeah, you keep
championship
pro-
for fucking
That's not-
years,
I-
and it
see,
just
that's
hasn't
offensive.
worked out.
I'm going to tell you that. That's
Why
offensive.
is it offensive?
Because you can't buy championships if all your fucking team is homegrown. You know what called buying championships is? Getting free agents. That's buying championships. When you're fucking spending $30 million on this guy and $40 million on this guy and another guy and this guy, that's called buying championships. That's what the Yankees did. They got Roger Clemens. They got fucking Andy Pettit. They fucking signed Alice Rodriguez. That's called buying championships. Like, listen, the best fucking player, we're gonna buy him, and it might be 2, could be 3, could be 7. We don't know. We could be in a good mood. We buy things, okay? We're like, we just
We're the fucking biggest market in the world. We can
right. We don't
fucking
give
afford
a fuck.
it.
We'll take the fucking
I don't
luxury
know,
tax.
dude. I feel like
But what I'm saying is when you
buying
look at-
championships doesn't really work because we have a huge fucking payroll. You're right. I don't know where the payroll's
Right?
going
That's
other
what I'm
than
saying. Where's
Mookie.
that at? And besides Mookie,
Other than
that's a new.
Mookie, maybe some
They
camp.
were
I don't know.
240 last year without Mook. So I'm like, where does that money at, Papa? What are you doing with that? Show me the receipts, like fucking Michael Whitney.
But it's obviously not fucking working because we don't have a championship in the last
so
32
wrong.
years.
So listen, I'm gonna raise you and see you. The Buffalo Bills went to the Super Bowl 90, 91, 92,
fucking
93. Hold on.
boy, I love losing Super Bowls.
Perfect.
Jim Kelly.
Great. This is what sucks. And I've watched everything that understood this. Go fuck yourself. We went, I dare you to do it 4 times back to back. Even though we lost. When we lost, we win again. And when we lost, we win again. We lost again, we win again. Same thing with the fucking Dodgers. We lost. My motherfucker. We're going again.
We lost the championships to the fucking
and then not only that,
Cubbies.
check this out. Today,
We lost a series
you
of
could
the
argue like
Astros.
we're going
We
back.
lost a series of the Sox.
You know
we
who
lost
told
the
me that?
division game
Listen, you know who
to
told
the
me that?
fucking Nationals.
Tom Brady. Tom Brady was like, check this out. We lost, but guess who's gonna be here back next year? It's gonna be us. And we might lose. And you know who's gonna be here next year again? It's gonna be us.
Yeah,
And then
but
we might
here's the
lose
problem,
again.
bro. Here's the
We'll
problem.
be here again.
None of the Dodgers are married to a goddamn supermodel.
I get all that, but I'm talking about the fucking relentlessness of saying, bro, I don't care.
We belong here. We
Right.
belong here. Like, this is our
Yeah,
fucking game.
Like at the end of the day, even if they didn't win the chip, bro, I dare you to go back to back to back. LeBron
Yeah.
James gets given shit because he went back
I
to
mean,
back
think
to
about
back
it.
to back
Watch
to back to back
the
to back to back
Nationals-
to. Yeah, that was back. That was the last one.
the Nationals
Nine in a
didn't
row.
even make it to the fucking playoffs this year.
Because they
won
already
the game.
Whoa, hold
They
on. You know why
won
they
it.
didn't make? Because they won. Once you win,
Yeah, but
Cruise
let's think about
control.
this. Did the Red Sox make it to the Super Bowl or not the Super Bowl, but the playoffs last year? Didn't they make
No.
it? They didn't.
No. They already
No?
they were already in cruise. Like they hate the Yankees, so they're always trying to fuck with
Of
us.
course.
So it's competitive in that division. But
Did they
they was
not make
already
it to
they
the
was already
playoffs
they was
last
already
year?
giving up because they lost too
They
much.
didn't even do the wild card.
They might have jammed in, but the Yanks spanked them up and were like, listen, you guys suck. Because Boston right now is in a total rebuild, right?
And then so then what about the Astros? The Astros make it to the playoffs in 2018.
I'm gonna tell you this, and we're gonna end it out on this, ladies and gentlemen, so that I can keep more juice. I'm shocked as fuck. They were cheating, allegedly. They had beepers, allegedly.
Oh, it's been proven. Fuck those guys.
Houston might win the World Series again.
Oh no.
This team is like, I don't understand. Their hitting dynamics and their scouting, the way they do it, I
You
can't.
think they're gonna beat Tampa Bay?
They're gonna smoke.
What's their
Tampa
head?
Bay.
What's the head to head with those two teams? Because I don't even know.
So Tampa Bay just got lucky. They beat the fucking Yankees. Them motherfuckers are
No.
gonna
But
celebrate
what's
so
their
hard
head to
right now.
head? Like they've had to have played a couple of games at least this past season. What's their head to head? I want to know.
I think in
What
this
the-
in
what
60
Houston and
games,
Tampa
in
Bay have
60
played.
games, they might have played maybe 1 or 2 series. And I'll
No,
bet
they
my
had to have
lunch.
played more than that.
Right, exactly. Might have been 1 series.
Probably 3.
Okay, I'll take it at 3. I'll bet my lunch that fucking Houston holds it. There's something, I don't know what's going on in the Houston organization. They know something. They know something about hitting. Yeah.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up right
Oh, you
now.
want to do it? Okay, go hold on.
Yeah. Hey Siri.
Yeah,
My
fucking
phone
bitch.
right there.
Oh, she already answered you. Yeah, get her, tell her. By the way, the first teams of the Yankees to go to back to back to back to back LCLS. 4 in a row.
How many games have the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays played this season? Siri fucking sucks. I'm just going to tell everybody that right now.
I don't know how to respond to that.
She doesn't know how to respond to that. All right. Hey, Siri. How many games have the Houston Astros won against the Tampa Bay Rays in 2020. Oh, she's not even responding. This is bullshit. Now I just gotta look it up. Fuck this bullshit. Ridiculous. I have so many messages on my phone.
Right. I'm telling you that
It's Siri is a piece of shit.
Yeah, of course she is. It's because she doesn't understand language.
Do you have Alexa here? Don't you have Alexa?
Yeah, no. But you gotta always ask Alexa the right fucking questions. So what is the question that we're looking for? Because I'll search it up right now. Let's see how good my fucking search shit is.
Houston Astros head to head against the Tampa Bay Rays.
All right. So what are they? Astros. So Houston.
2020. There we go.
What do they got? You got it? Finally?
It's fucking searching. I don't have your Wi-Fi.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I should have given it. I told you. You should have got it the last time.
God damn it.
I know. I'll give it to you in a minute.
Fucking Dustin.
I know he sucks.
Bullshit, Geraldo.
By the way, I know, but it's even better than that because I had to like clear out my porn fucking search to even do this, and I'm so angry.
I don't even have any service in your house,
it's because it's a mountain.
You know what? Do you have an iPhone? You have an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna fucking.
Let's see if you do that. Do the smart thing because everybody does that to me, and then I don't even know what I'm doing.
No, you're gonna share your Wi-Fi password.
Exactly
What's the Wi-Fi thing?
Children's Asylum.
Children's Asylum. There it is. Oh my God, why?
Tabitha,
all right,
bro.
it should pop up to share your password.
There it is. Do the thing. Just do it.
I love you.
Yeah, just
perfect.
do that thing.
The Children's Asylum.
Yeah, she did that shit. She's fucking nuts. It's so funny. I put Houston, Tampa, right? That's what it is.
That's 2019. I said 2020.
Houston, Tampa fucking goes Texans, Bucks. I'm like, I don't want football stats. Maybe I should put MLB. And then 2020.
Tampa Bay versus Boston Red Sox, September 2020. No.
I tell you, you want
Astros.
Houston is Stros. Let me see.
Astros.
Let's see if they played.
Rays.
Yeah, I know. Let me see. See, they're not even giving us any of this stuff because they got everything built for the playoffs.
Versus Rays 2020.
Not happening, bro. They're not gonna. The internet is not gonna work with us right now. It's not. They're fucking jerk offs, fucking cocksuckers. So this is the thing, and we're gonna end it on this. You ready?
Okay.
And because I love it, because we're gonna keep fucking doing this. We're gonna be having the taste test situation. And the firm's gonna be in the building, and I don't even know. I had a lot of. I gotta look at the names that was sent to me, but I'm gonna say that it's gonna be a really good series with Atlanta and LA. Atlanta has really done when you're talking about building franchises and organizations from the ground up. They've done a really, really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta's been in the building for like the last 30 years, at least in the sense of trying to elevate their game. I think that they're a city that's committed to their MLB success. Same thing about the Dodgers. The Dodgers over the last 15 years have spent great stuff, and you could argue we don't know what they spent the money on, but they have a lot of good players. I mean, I could argue that the LA Dodgers are the new Buffalo Bills because they went back to back, and they're gonna arguably go again. Like even if they lose,
so, man. I hope so.
No, okay. What do you mean hope so? This team is really fucking good. And then we got the fucking Rays going against Houston. First of all, the Rays against Houston, they're gonna get smoked. They're still wearing beepers in Houston. They're still getting the cheap codes. Like it's 2 beeps for fastball and 1 beep for off speed.
Okay.
Yeah, they got the beepers. That's how you do it. Like bam, bam. And then you know what they're throwing you. And so I'm gonna go. Where am I gonna go now? Who am I gonna ride on? I fucking hate Houston. Rays fucked me up.
No,
I'm gonna go.
Houston.
I'm gonna roll with Dodgers. I want the Dodgers to show up and fuck shit up. I don't know nobody in Atlanta, but I think that LA's they got some shit ahead of them.
How did the Rays not play Houston in August or September?
Right. That's why I said I don't think they played.
What?
I told you that earlier because of the 60 game.
Oh my God, they didn't play them at all.
Yep. That's gonna be a fucking. That might actually favor the Rays. That might favor the Rays.
The Rays had the second best record in baseball behind the Dodgers.
They smacked the fuck out of the Yankees all season. Like right now, as a fucking fan, because I watched it, I'm not surprised they beat the Yankees. You know what it is? Can I tell you something too?
Yeah. What's up?
You know what you went to the bathroom when I was arguing about this.
3 and 4.
You know what the Tampa Bay Rays figured out? I
Oh
call
my
it the
god, they
San
fucking swept the Yankees the second time they played them.
Yeah, they've been fucking them up all year. They were the number one seed. The Yankees were like the wild card.
Shut up, really? I mean,
Yeah, they just beat the fuck out of the Indians.
Okay, so that's all three series. September 2nd, they beat the Yankees.
Yeah, they weren't playing. The Rays are hot. You know what the Rays are hot? They have the best pitching in baseball. And that's argumentative, but that's what they figured out. I call it the San Francisco theory. The only way to win in baseball is get pitching. Once you get pitching,
And that's why the Padres didn't win,
correct.
because
They don't have pitching.
you can't fucking play
No.
3 pitchers in 3 innings, bro.
Correct.
If you don't trust your arms,
Correct.
if you don't have a Clayton Kershaw,
Yes.
if you don't have a Walker
Right.
Buehler,
Yes.
if you don't have a Jake Peavy,
100%.
bro,
If you don't have
you're
a
not
fucking,
gonna win games. They say in football,
pole.
defense wins games, pitching wins games.
because this defense.
Pitching wins games.
Pitching is
in baseball.
the craziest thing I've ever heard about baseball is the only game that starts with the defense having the ball.
You're right. You're absolutely right. To have control of the game, the defense has control of the game.
It's not
in
like
baseball.
that in any other sport.
No,
And that's why the pitchers have so much scrutiny.
I never even fucking thought about
Yeah,
that,
the
dude.
third
Oh my
baseman
god,
is
you
on
just
some
blew
shit.
my mind tonight.
Boom!
I've been watching baseball since I was 7 years old.
But that's what I've been told. And I don't know that, and I'm not saying that that's smart, but this is the shit they be saying.
That's
and
crazy.
Right.
No, it's so true.
Right.
It's so true.
Fucking bananas. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you
Ah,
so
Dustin,
much.
This is
I
so
can't
fun.
wait. Isn't this
We're
great?
so fucked up.
We're gonna be-
This
We're gonna keep doing this. By the way,
nobody is gonna listen to all of this
I'm
podcast.
gonna chop this shit up. And I'm fucking. My friend was telling me, he's like, chop it up. We're gonna make this shit happen. You gotta tell your fucking people to fucking endorse it
Of course.
and love it, and everything is good.
We need some catchphrases to
yeah,
just like
for sure.
catch.
tell me, all the media that they gotta get you at.
Just go to Dangerous D 111 at on Twitter. Dangerous D 111 on Instagram. I'm actually gonna have I'm gonna be opening my firm social medias pretty soon. They're not up yet, but I will let you know. You'll be the first one to know.
Sounds good.
So
Well, thank you so much.
I
for
love
coming
you,
out.
bro.
I know, I love you
it's
too,
so
bro.
fun.
Isn't this great? And like I said, we're gonna be doing this a lot. I've been trying to get some other stuff going on these feeds, something different, something
Yes.
interesting. Thank you so much. Stay safe and stay healthy.
Hell yeah, go Dodgers.
Ooh, damn, that's a lot. Okay.